is on the air.
The biggest show in ESPN LA history.
A little sabor?
Yeah, I don't think people like being called hacks.
You're the güero on the radio.
Giant Mexican, horn section.
Did you have me on your show to berate me? Is that what you're doing now?
Give me a freaking break.
I'm reacting to Art Bell.
Yeah? Oh, okay.
Amazing.
Do you want to do the Love Boat, or do you want me to do the Love Boat?
The Art, I don't even know what you're talking
No, here it is. Ready? Watch this. Watch this.
It's Windy Wednesdays.
Midnight in the desert. I'm Art Bell.
Scott Kaplan, eat a fat one, bro.
The Sedano and Kap Morning Show on 710 ESPN.
The all-new ESPN LA app and on YouTube at ESPN Los Angeles.
We're bigger than U.S. Steel.
Wow, that's crazy.
Well, you want to
Bit boy.
Monstrous.
Beto, I don't want to eat that.
We did it, Dad. We did it.
You were riding high on the stinger last time.
Oh, big time.
Right, that's right. Of course we were.
It's Windy Wednesdays on the Sedano and Kap Morning Show.
Boom,
7:02. Sedano Kap Morning Show. Christopher is still out riding Jacob's hog on that joyride.
Whoa.
There we go.
Whoa.
Motorcycle ride, what?
Road King.
Ding, da, da, bum. Yeah.
Living the life.
Lakers got lucky yesterday.
Sure did.
Yeah. I mean, come on, dude. I mean, please don't do this to me. Please. I'm asking everybody to please not do this to me. Don't try and sell me on how great of a win it was last night and how they've won 3 straight games. And, man, things seem like they might be coming together. I'm like, did you see who they beat? Golden State with no Steph, no Jimmy. They beat Sacramento with nobody. And they were very fortunate to win this game last night against New Orleans. They pulled away late, but that was a very, very competitive game for a team that's headed towards the playoffs.
Moment we find ourselves in
versus
Yes,
a
I would
team
agree.
that's got less than 20 wins on the season.
Yeah, but Zion played.
Yeah, now, again, I will say this.
Yeah, tell me, please.
A win is a win is a win is a win is a win.
Yes, I'll take it.
And the reality is, on any given night, any team can beat any team in the NBA, as we've seen. As a matter of fact, Cappy, do you know what the win percentage is in the NBA? And I know this because I talked about this in that horn game I did last week on Friday, because both Donovan Mitchell and James Harden were out in that particular contest.
Okay.
Do you know what the record is of a team in the NBA who is missing their top 2 scorers? The win percentage of the team that is missing their top 2 scorers in a given game this season. Now, up until that point, it had happened. I just want to make sure I do the math correctly. It had happened 85 times. So the win percentage.
I'll
give you give me like a win percentage of the team missing their top 2 scorers, which New Orleans wasn't missing yesterday because Zion was back.
Right. I'll give you 30%.
It's actually 40%.
Oh.
Which is kind of impressive
Yeah.
if you think about it.
Right. Because if the
You're
Lakers
missing
didn't
your
have
top
Luka or
2
LeBron,
scorers.
Yeah.
Right. It's right. The equivalent of the Lakers winning without Luka and LeBron 40% of the time.
Right.
In the NBA this season, that has been the case. So it is a different NBA. Like even the team that has 20 wins can pop you, is what I'm saying.
listen.
So a win is a win is a win. I'm going to be a little more, half glass full, even though I do still think they got lucky. So 2 things can be true, Cappy.
Yeah, no, listen, it was a good win. I'm not taking away from the fact it was a good win. Listen, you're at home. You're a playoff caliber team. You're playing against a team that's going nowhere. And you've got to bank these wins, especially when you've given up games like you did last week against Phoenix or at home against Orlando. This was a game you had to win. I'm not saying must win because it wasn't mathematically that important, but it was important in terms of putting together a winning streak. And, George, if the Lakers are, and I don't know that they will, but if they are going to do anything, they've got to figure out the chemistry, the right lineups, the right substitution. I mean, I feel like things are changing in front of my eyes. For example, I feel like there are times where I'm seeing Austin Reeves and Luka on the floor together by themselves, and LeBron's on the bench, but then LeBron might come in, and those guys might be off the floor for a little bit. Doesn't mean that they're not all three playing together, or two of the three aren't playing together. But I'm starting to think that I'm seeing, and maybe I'm overanalyzing here, some adjustments to lineups
The
in
rotation?
game. Yeah. Now, again, I might be making that up in my head.
Some of it. Look, JJ, what did JJ say at his opening press conference about what will dictate how he does things? Do you remember?
No, what did he say?
He said, the math will dictate how we do things.
Okay, interesting.
And the math, that's good recall by me, right?
Yeah, very, very solid. Or like for me, I would have just made it up and said, hey, do you remember what he said? And I'd be like, no. I'd be, I'll just make it up. But you actually remembered it. Pretty good. Pretty good by you, man.
You snort.
I know.
At 7:06 in the morning.
Right? You're like, do you remember what he said in the opening press conference? I'm like, hi, everybody. How are you? I don't know what he said. Hope everybody had a good off season.
Maybe to the Telemundo Univision crowd. Hola, ¿cómo estás?
See.
I think Pepe did talk to him.
Yeah.
He did. That's right. Pepe did talk to him. He did.
But he said
he waved at him.
He said the math was going to dictate, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
He was going to be the math would dictate what they do in many instances, and be kind of their North Star, whatever you want to call it. So, and the math says we've talked about it, right?
Yeah.
The lineups and this, that, and the other. LeBron's good, without those guys. Him and Austin is kind of like okay, and then him and Luka not so good, right? So he's probably staggering them a bit, while also trying to figure out, hey, are there things that we can do to get all three on the floor together where we can make things more successful?
Yeah.
And I think that yesterday, if you look at the plus minus for each guy on the roster that played yesterday, I believe there were only 2, maybe 3 guys who were net negative. You want to guess who those guys were?
DeAndre Ayton.
Correct.
I mean, not that I looked at him on the floor last night and went, boy, he's not doing anything, but just his plus minus.
-7.
Okay.
Yeah, -7, team leading -7.
And then this one, it kind of hurts a little bit.
Well, one of them should be go ahead. Which one?
I think Austin Reeves last night was
just
barely.
-1.
Yeah.
-1. Yeah, but he was also on that comeback. He hit the big shot to give them the lead.
Big time shot.
And then Rui.
Yeah, Rui.
Yeah,
Rui last
not so
night
good.
was 2 points last night. And really 0-4, actually 0 for 8, but 0-4 from the field. I mean, he was 0 for 4, and then from 3-point range, he was 0 for 4. His only points game
still
last
0
night.
for 4 because all he took was threes.
Yeah. His entire scoring last night, his scoring line was at the free throw line.
Correct. Yes.
Which, by the way, speaking of free throws, let me tell you something. It's late in this game. It's a very, very tightly contested game. There's about 4-ish minutes to go or so. LeBron goes to the free throw line. LeBron misses both free throws.
Yeah.
Now, the only reason I bring this up, guys miss free throws. I get it, okay? But LeBron is not Shaquille O'Neal, where Shaq was a terrible free throw shooter. LeBron's a great free throw shooter. And I don't know about
Why are you talking about me like that, Kaplan?
Hey, sorry, Diesel, but that's just the way it was, bro. Okay?
Didn't he miss a free throw against Phoenix or Orlando?
Yes,
late?
he missed a free throw late in one of those 2 games as well. But this particular time, he missed both free throws. And the only reason, George, that it really stuck out to me, because ultimately the Lakers go on to win. They pulled away late in the game. But in that moment, those 2 free throws seemed very, very important.
Of course.
Not just to the outcome of the game, but I'll be a little selfish here this morning. Also to the outcome of my prize picks. Because in that exact moment, LeBron had 33 total points, rebounds, and assists.
Oh, see, it always comes back to the prize picks.
And his prize pick number was 33.5 points, rebounds, and assists. So all he had to do was hit 1 free throw, and I won.
Yeah.
Then LeBron gets pulled out of the game, and LeBron goes to the bench, and LeBron puts on his top and his sweatpants. And I'm like, that brother better not be done for the night.
Yeah.
Because had he not come back into the game, and had he not scored another basket, and had I not won my prize pick, I'd be like, why did he miss those 2 free throws? Oh, damn. So that was circulating in my mind, just so you know.
Oh, well, yeah, of course, because you always go to what's more involved for you.
Right. I wanted to win my prize picks last night. I had a $20 power play to win $60. Winner.
Yeah. So, and prize picks, it's good to be right.
It sure
of course,
is.
And in this case, you were right.
Right.
So, Cappy, so look, I think if you look back at that game, a win is a win is a win. I actually think the fact that they were down and came back to win, to me, that's a positive sign. There are things that we can nitpick on, which we will, I'm sure, over several hours. Yes, but I would say overall a win is a good thing. Like, I am not going to poo-poo a win.
Nope.
Now, if they lose, then, that game, then it's apocalyptic at that point.
No doubt.
Then we're like, what the hell is going on?
Yeah.
And rightfully so, because there's not very many games left. So you can't lose the games that you're supposed to win. Because the one thing they've been incredibly consistent on this year is what, Cappy?
Winning clutch games. How's that? Is that good?
Okay.
Not the
Yeah,
answer
but
you
that's
were
really
looking
not
for?
where I was going.
Right. Beating
They beat
teams
the
that
teams
they're
they're
supposed
supposed to beat.
There you go.
Correct.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
They
Now,
beat the teams they're supposed to beat.
on the other hand, I will just say this. Now, I'm not telling you that Orlando's no good. I'm just telling you that when you have Orlando at home and Orlando's missing 2 of their scorers, then
Right, but
win.
not 2 of their top scorers. They still had Paolo Banchero.
I understand, but they were missing, like 30 points from their lineup. So they're missing 2 guys. And then when you go to Phoenix, and I will grant you it's on the road, but Phoenix is missing their
was
top
missing
player.
Dylan and Dylan Brooks. Right.
So
again, there's that stat I gave you, 40% of the time.
And that's a game that I look at, and I'll use the word should have won.
Yes,
So
won.
when you drop games to teams that you should beat, and then you have teams come into your house that are a sub-20 win team, you have to win those games.
In su casa.
And that's what they did last night.
Yes.
You want to know something,
Now,
though, George? Of all the guys that we look at, I'm going to tell you a guy who I think has had a very underrated season.
Okay, tell me. I'd love to hear this.
And that is Marcus Smart.
Oh, now, he was in the winner's circle there with Mike Trudell last night. Do you recall
you
that?
want to hear it?
I would love to.
Let's take a listen.
Okay.
All right, Marcus Smart, you guys closed this game on a 24-7 run. What got into you on both ends of the court down the stretch?
Just trying to make plays. My team needed me to make plays on both ends. They trusted me to make those plays, and I came through.
All right, so you had 7 stocks, 4 steals, 3 blocks. A lot of them came over helping in the middle of the lane. As you know, that train, Zion, trying to get to the rim. What are you looking for in that action? Just kind of trying to time the basketball and not get the foul?
Just see where he's putting the ball at. We all know how strong and athletic he is. And, it's a freight train. So, you got to pick your poison. You got to pick the time and spots. But, we did a good job of not fouling and just making sure when he put the ball out in front of us, doing a good job of taking it.
You were able to transition several of those plays into offense on the other end. A couple of times you had a give-and-go exchange with LeBron. Another one that you paid off with a bucket yourself. How important is that to capitalize on the turnovers you create?
It's huge. Those are momentum swingers. And, that's demoralizing to other teams, especially when, you're on a run like that. You get a stop, you come down and score, and then you get back and ready to do it again. So it's big for us. It's key for us. It gets us going, and it gives us that energy we need.
All right, you also hit one of the bigger shots of the game, the corner 3. What did you see on that action?
We just letting Luka do his thing. Been doing great all night, facilitating for us. And, he read the help, got 2, made the pass, and I did the rest.
Last one for you. Tough back-to-back coming up. You head to Denver and then come back here to take on Indiana. What's the mindset going into those?
Same as it's been for us, these last couple games. Continue to get better and continue to work on the things we need to work on and go out there and try to get us a win.
Thank you, Marcus.
Thank you, guys.
Oh, there you go. Marcus Smart.
Now, Cappy.
Yo.
When Michael told him he had 7 stocks, did you know what he meant?
Yeah, he's like, you've got like Amazon, Meta, you've got
NVIDIA.
NVIDIA is
I
definitely
have
in the
NVIDIA.
portfolio.
It's a good one to have.
You got Microsoft in there.
Tesla.
You got Apple. He's got a nice portfolio of 7 stocks. Yeah, pretty nice portfolio.
When he said that, I was like, oh, there's no way Cappy knows. Cappy, you got to know. Come on, it's not that hard.
To be honest with you, I didn't even hear what he said. I actually thought he said like 7 stops. I didn't even hear that he said
I
stocks.
kind of was wondering, too. And then what did he say after that when he was referring to his assists? Because he said for something else. It wasn't assists.
Tell me, George. Educate me. Make me smarter.
Put it in the YouTube chat, Parker. How many people know what a stock is in basketball?
I had to look it up.
I have no idea.
Okay. All right. So
I'm with you, Cap.
We got a bunch of non-ball knowers here.
Trudell and that ball knower talk.
Okay. All right. So, yeah, I'm curious also, dude. Does the YouTube chat know what a stock is? He had 7 stocks.
We'll give him a few seconds there, and we'll figure it out. But in the meantime, Marcus Smart did play very well, Cappy. He had the 10 points, 7 assists, 7 stocks, as Mike mentioned. He was very impactful yesterday. There's no question. And I think, I've said it, all season long. I feel like I have been okay with his contributions. I mean, more than okay in most cases.
Wait a second. Hold on, George. Hold on a second here. It's time for me to pull in at Valvoline.
Yeah, you got to get that lube job.
Yeah.
7:15, and you know what you could have done since the Sedano Kap morning show started today? You could have gone
Bought
to
7 stocks?
Well, you could have done that, or you could have gone to Valvoline Instant Oil Change, home of the 15-minute drive-through oil change. Visit SoCalOilChange.com for a location near you.
Here's
Yeah,
my
so go ahead, Cappy.
Here's my thought on Marcus Smart. So obviously, we can all look at the Lakers this year, and we can all see from 30,000 feet, right? Like, okay, is this LeBron's last year? We're not sure. It's his last year under contract. Would they want him back? Would he take a pay cut? That controversy or that storyline about LeBron is out there. It's something we're all talking about. The other part of it is, hey, it's Luka's team, and Luka's this great scorer, but Luka's always whining to the refs, and Luka doesn't get back and play defense. And so that story's out there, right? And then there's Austin Reeves, which is, hey, he's really outperformed his contract, but, man, do we really want to invest this amount of money in this guy and eat up this kind of money when you need other players? All these storylines are out there. And you know what this team needs right now really badly is it needs somebody who has the clout to become and emerge as a leader, as a galvanizer of a team that has controversy around it. And it's not going to be DeAndre Ayton. He doesn't have the personality for it. Although he did pick up a tech last night and showed some emotion, George. I don't know if you saw that play. Yes. I was like, I don't care if he got a tech. I don't even know what he got the tech for. But just to see him showing some emotion. So it's not going to be DeAndre Ayton. And it's not going to be LeBron, Luka, or Austin because they're the guys that are caught up in these, what I'll call storylines. If there's one guy who has the clout, he has the championship background, he has the individual accolades, he has the experience to say, hey, guys, I know there's a lot going on, but we can do this if we all come together. I think the performance of Marcus Smart indicates to me that he might emerge as the leader that this team needs in this moment. Now, is that too much? Am I getting a little too dramatic with this whole thing?
So I do think that he could be, Cappy. I think the challenge there is this, okay? How much do you know about Marcus Smart's tenure and at the end, how it ended in Boston?
No, tell me more. I'm willing to listen. I want to hear.
So he was that emotional leader for them in Boston throughout his tenure. There was no question. But at some point, there was a rub, and I don't remember the specifics, but I guess really it's probably over time, right? They needed Tatum and Brown to become those guys, right? And they clearly wanted to be those guys. So it might be a different situation in that regard. And eventually Marcus – and remember they had the coaching change. Remember from Udoka to Mazzulla, Udoka had that situation arise with the inappropriate relationship in the office space. And then he was dismissed, right? So Joe Mazzulla took over, who was an assistant coach at the time, and it felt like maybe Marcus Smart was trying to fill the void, and maybe he had, in some people's minds there, these aren't my words, maybe overstepped his bounds a little bit in trying to be the leader guy. And that eventually those words that were helpful maybe a couple years earlier became more eye rolls over time. And I think that would be the only thing. And maybe Marcus has learned from that. I don't know. Marcus has always been really nice and easy to deal with for me as a media member, but certainly so here with the Lakers. And so maybe he's learned from that. But Joe Mazzulla did imply that when Marcus was gone, there was some addition by subtraction there.
I understand that. I get it. But actually, to be honest with you, I think the Lakers are in a very similar position to what you just described the Celtics were in. Because the Celtics, as you point out, have two guys in Tatum and Brown that both needed to emerge as the leaders. Isn't that the way you described it, right?
Yeah.
But Marcus Smart was kind of maybe he was a bit of an overwhelming personality, and because he was kind of in the way, those two guys could not emerge as true leaders, okay? And the Lakers find themselves in a very similar situation, believe it or not, which is Luka is supposed to be, by virtue of his game and by virtue of his now contract and the trade and his, he's the up-and-coming star of the team. LeBron is the old guy now. But it's hard to be the leader of a team when you have somebody as decorated and as experienced as LeBron, which is why I still believe that when LeBron is done, that Luka will be the leader, and we're going to find out what kind of leader he is. Does he have what it takes to be the leader? Because right now, in my opinion, it's very hard for anybody to be the leader of the Lakers because LeBron is still on this team, and your respect for LeBron would not allow you to say, hey, LeBron, quiet down. This is my team now. So maybe this team does need some of what Marcus Smart brings, which was no longer needed in Boston, but maybe it is needed now for the Lakers.
So there's obviously this team does need that, but also this is about 4 years ago now that he was on the Celtics. So, right, Sedano, how long ago was it that he's on the Celtics?
2023.
Okay, so that was 3 years ago. He was about 28 years old. He's 31, about to be 32. So, I mean, you age, you get better. We consistently talk about on this show about who's it going to be on this team moving forward, and if you have a guy that would stick on, like I don't think Rui Hachimura belongs in this team after this season. They should probably just let him go, in my mind. So he seems like a guy that would be a leader type that you're talking about. Udonis Haslem was the leader in Miami. For how much of that time? He wasn't the star of the team, but he was a vocal leader, no?
Right, but I think that the difference is Udonis Haslem was there was an undrafted free agent, was there for 20 years. You know what I mean? Like won championships, was a key contributor to championships there. Like it's not the exact same thing, you know? Like Nick Collison was that for Kevin Durant and those guys in Oklahoma City.
He was there for like 10 years.
Was drafted by them, right? Like the whole thing. Now he didn't have the championships that Haslam had, but you can have those old head vet guys on your roster, and it helps Marcus that he's contributing in a meaningful way.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that it hits different when it's someone who has real skin in the game from a franchise perspective. I'm not saying it can't help now. I'm just saying that I could see there's been history of it wearing thin, even in a place where he had skin in the game.
Mm-hmm. I do hope that it's because he was in his 20s, he was young, he was still coming up, and now he's a little bit older. He's a little bit more of that veteran old head that you're talking about, so he is a little more calm. And this team needs it because everything you're saying, Cappy, is right. Luka is not the vocal leader, and when LeBron is gone, he's not going to be the vocal leader. If Marcus Smart can stick around, he has a player option for next year. If he can be that guy, he's showing that he can be the guy that gets everybody up, gets in people's faces if they need to, and also like props them up.
Well, let's Luka talked about this after the game.
Holding people accountable.
Yeah, can we hear Luka talked about Marcus Smart after the game? Can we get a little bit of that soundbite?
I mean, I kind of knew who he was. You know, every time I play against him, you know, he was guarding me, so I kind of knew what he brings to the table. But also his leadership, you know, on the bench. On the bench, in the game, in the bench. It's very big for us, and he helps like everybody. He's been the key to our wins almost every time.
I didn't quite understand the end of all of that, but whatever.
He says he's been huge, and he's been the key to our wins almost every time.
Yeah. George, I hear what you're saying about, you know, Haslam 20 years, championships, skin in the game. But I don't know, I almost feel like sometimes, like with this team, and I described all the storylines and why there's, you know, just maybe it's hard for somebody to emerge as the leader. It could be LeBron, but it's not his team anymore, but it kind of is because he's the vet and the guy, I mean, the overwhelming, incredible career. It should be Luka because he's got the contract and he's the up-and-coming star. It might be Austin because he's the grit guy and the glue guy. But really, it's not any of them. So maybe a guy who's an outsider who's got championship credentials walks in and goes, hey, guys, if we want to win, maybe we should all do something like this.
But he never won a championship in Boston.
Okay, but he was
But he was part of a team that had a lot of success, yes.
Yeah. So, I mean, listen, I'm impressed with Marcus Smart. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, he's filled the role well, I would say, to this point. But I'm just giving you background.
Yeah.
That's all. No, that's all I'm giving you background.
It's good. It helps to understand.
Yeah. All right. Coming up next, Lindsay mentioned Luka and the refs, and you mentioned Luka and the refs. Well, Antonio Daniels, the analyst for the Pelicans, has had enough with Luka Doncic, and we'll hear him in a moment.
Speaking of Luka, you know what time it is? It's time to Bibigo for it. In every game, someone gets the chance to guess which team will score the first three-pointer. And last night, our Bibigo for it contestant was Tony Lee from Arcadia, who correctly guessed that the Lakers hit the first three. Let's hear that call from John Ireland.
Austin Reeves with it. Hands it to Marcus Smart. Back to LeBron, now to Luka out near half court. Luka dribbling with Trey Murphy on him. Luka step back, three-pointer, good. 3-0 Lakers, 20 seconds into the game.
Nice work, Tony. You won a $100 Bibigo gift card, and you're entered to win a trip to basketball's biggest stage. Do you want to play? Listen to Mason and Ireland for your chance to win. Good luck from our friends at Bibigo. Bring something different to the table. BB, go for it. Sedano and Kap will be back in 2 minutes.
The Sedano and Kap Morning Show. We'd like to thank our founding partner,
East Central Hotel, the official downtown home away from home for Cappy and Morales. EastCentralHotel.com.
This is the Sedano and Kap Morning Show.
Hey, it's Bethel Duran. Everyone loves the new 2026 Toyota Electric BZ XLE that has a range of over 300 miles. You can drive one away on a 36-month lease with any old free and clear trade down for only $239 a month. That's a $36,000 car that needs no gas. No cash required. Just drive any old car, truck, or van you own outright in the Windhorst or Northridge Toyota and drive out with a $239 lease payment.
2026 Toyota BZ XLE FWD. Offer good on any BZ model in stock with an MSRP under $36,650. Over 10 to choose from. Lease excludes tax, title, license, and dealer fees.
At Uline, they know going the extra mile takes hard work. For companies pushing to go further, Uline will go the distance with you. 24/7, they answer the phone to get you the shipping and industrial supplies you need. Business can move fast. Unexpected large orders, adverse weather, new safety guidelines, and changing economic trends. Uline works hard keeping 41,000 items ready to ship, minimizing detours on your way to the extra mile. Visit uline.com.
He's a dog.
Hey guys, it's Cappy here, and let me tell you something you should do. You should book your annual eye exam at VisionWorks. It's not just about your sharper vision, it's about catching potential health issues early, like glaucoma, diabetes, or hypertension. Look, I did it. You should do it. I know you're busy. They'll work with you on evenings or weekends. I went to the Santa Ana store, had an amazing experience. That peace of mind, it's totally worth it. If you haven't had your eyes checked yet this year, now is the time, and VisionWorks makes it simple.
Texting enrolls you in a recurring automated marketing text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
The team's looking good this season.
I think so. Man, I miss playing football. Ever since I turned 40, I just can't find that fire I used to have.
Think it could be lower testosterone?
What do you mean?
I was feeling the same way. After 40, the body has less testosterone, and men lose their edge. That's why I take Nugenix Total T2.
That's the testosterone booster, right?
Yes, but Total T2 is their brand new formula that skyrockets nitric oxide levels in as little as 3 hours. Since I started taking it, I've been lifting like when we played for Coach Carter. My energy is way up, and it even spiced up things between me and the missus.
Are they still giving out complimentary bottles?
Yep, just send a text.
Text CAR to 215-215 for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T2, the next generation testosterone booster. Text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo X, our newest, most powerful fat burner ever, absolutely free. Text CAR to 215-215. That's CAR to 215-215.
These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
The Sedano and Kap Morning Show is on.
So are we doing like a stage show now? Is that the story?
No, we're just
the
the
same.
same.
What do you think you are? What do you think? You're like a go-go dancer?
Back to Sedano and Kap.
Banana till the morning come. Daylight come and me want to go home. Come, Mr.
7:29.
Tally me banana.
Sedano Kap Morning Show. And on this day, actually, today would be Catherine O'Hara's birthday. And this, of course, is from one of her best roles, starring in Beetlejuice. We lost her earlier this year, which, oh my gosh, it was a couple weeks ago, and I was so sad.
I know.
She's also Kevin's mom, right?
Yeah, also Kevin's mom in Home Alone.
Home
Alone, yeah.
Kevin!
Yeah. Too bad.
She was also in Schitt's Creek, right?
Yeah, I didn't really watch that show so much.
Everyone loved that show.
I didn't.
Good show. I didn't watch it regularly, but it was funny.
All the way through is funny.
I kind of stopped on like episode 3. Like one of the few shows that I've ever like started and not gotten through.
The first season is kind of tough to get through at the
What I was
beginning,
told,
but
yeah.
it fully they come into their own.
And I love Eugene Levy. Love Eugene Levy.
And Catherine
That
O'Hara.
whole cast is great on
Yeah.
that show. I've only watched a few episodes, but it's a good show.
Used to love when Eugene Levy and John Candy would do movies together. Splash. You ever seen the movie Splash with Daryl Hannah, where she's like a mermaid?
Right.
Eugene Levy's hilarious.
Such a crazy premise.
Yeah, he's so great in that movie.
So I'm watching that love story movie, the one about RFK Jr.
Oh, okay. I've heard a lot about that movie. Yeah,
Right?
how is it? Yeah.
JFK Jr. Sorry, I
Yeah.
always mix them up.
Mhm.
It's really good. It's a show on Hulu.
Yeah, heard about
and
it.
the beginning, like the first 2 episodes, are about like when he first met his, who ended up being his wife, Carolyn Bessette,
Mhm.
and he was dating Daryl Hannah on and
Mhm.
off at the
Yeah.
time. And I guess like Jackie O'Kennedy, like Kennedy Onassis, did not like her.
Oh, really?
His whole family did not like him dating her because she was a famous actress and she cared too much about the fame and the cameras and this and that. And they went back and forth for a while. I guess it was a very tumultuous relationship. But yeah, they mentioned like Splash, and all his friends teased him about how his girlfriend was a mermaid.
I didn't know that. I guess. What's the name of that series?
It's called Love Story.
Yeah, I've heard about it.
It's pretty good.
Hey, George, you want to know what the YouTube chat is voting right now? Because we asked the question in the YouTube chat.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. I
Do
mean,
you-
we left it. We probably left it there a little too long. They could have Googled it very quickly.
Yeah,
So
but here it is the question that we put out there. Do you know what a stock is in basketball? And right now, overwhelmingly, 70% of our listeners, all smart people, all consider themselves ball knowers. 70% of people so far do not know what a stock is in basketball.
ball knowers. It's steals and blocks. It's
Which
a combo of steals and blocks.
Makes total sense.
Wait, why would you mix those together?
Block. Yeah.
For the idiots
Well,
like us
it's
that had
just-
no idea what it meant. Yeah, it makes a lot of sense
Yeah.
now that we hear it.
Yeah, it's just like a way to kind of measure someone's overall defensive impact. You know,
Mm-hmm. Well, for Mike Trudell,
with
who-
like a counting stat. You know,
yeah, I mean when
like
Mike,
you know who leads the league in stocks?
tell me who does.
Wemby.
Okay, that makes sense.
total sense,
That
too,
makes
yeah.
sense.
Victor for 3. Wee.
Yeah, and I thought the stocks were like a portfolio of companies, which if Marcus Smart had Amazon in his portfolio this morning, he'd be pretty happy. It's up $8 so far today.
He'd be pretty smart too.
Yeah,
He'd
indeed.
have- he has a portfolio of defensive stats.
Right. Yeah, now it makes sense. Steals and blocks. And I like the way Mike Trudell uses the internal language of the sport to the player, leaving 70% of us on the outside going, I don't know what that meant exactly.
But you can Google it.
Yeah, we could. And
No,
we
but-
now, we're smarter now.
But when you're watching Trudell and he says that, if you're,
You're like,
if you're like
"What?"
you and I, and then you go, wait,
Yeah,
you lose everything else he's saying.
Yeah.
You're like, stocks.
We all
What
did
does he
it.
mean by a stock?
72% of our audience is like, what does that mean? Well, guess what, everybody? You found out, like me and Bergie and Lindsay and Briones, and thankfully, Sedano and Trudell, the true ball knowers, they taught us a little something this morning. They taught it to
Now
us.
I know what a stock is and a slot cut.
Mm-hmm. See, you're getting smarter. You're becoming a ball knower.
That's right. Someday.
Indeed. Where were we, George? I don't know. I don't remember where exactly we
Oh,
were.
we were gonna
Marcus Smart.
Yeah, Marcus Smart, and then the Luca and their play-by-play guy.
Oh
of
no,
the
Antonio
Pelicans.
Daniels.
Yeah.
So Antonio Daniels is the analyst for the Pelicans. Been there for a long time now, and he played in the league for a long time. He played for the Spurs mostly. He played under Popovich, and he's a good analyst. If you ever listen to like Sirius XM's NBA channel, he hosts their midday show too. So he's pretty plugged into the league. Been around, as I said, for a long, long time. Was a vet. It's got to be maybe like 50 years old now.
Oh yeah, I remember. I remember his career back at Bowling Green. He had because
No, you don't.
What do you mean? No, I don't. Yeah, back in like the early to mid '90s. You know, he was at Bowling Green.
I know, but-
My parents.
Oh
both
yeah, who
went
else
there.
did he play for in the NBA? Who he played for?
That part of it, I'm not so. I don't remember everything.
He played for a lot of teams.
Oh, how about like
but
he
Spurs
played for
were
like the
team he played
Sixers for a
longest.
little while, maybe the Wizards for a little bit. Maybe this is all off the top of my head, by the way, George. I'm just just remembering all this stuff. First I had to go back to the Bowling Green.
Who was he
days.
drafted by?
That's another one that I don't remember exactly what year he was drafted. Let's see. He's about 50 years
The
old.
team doesn't even exist anymore.
Drafted out of Bowling
technically.
Green.
I guess maybe
Supersonics.
Vancouver, maybe?
Yeah.
Right,
He's
Vancouver?
Such a dummy.
This is research on the fly, baby.
Look at you getting good at it. Finally. Anyhow, Cappy.
Yeah.
All right, so Antonio Daniels is on their broadcast with Joel Myers, who used to be the Lakers
Love Joel Myers.
play-by-play guy before
What a
Billy
voice.
Mack.
Yeah, what a voice.
So
God, Joel Myers got to be like 80 already, right?
I don't know. He's got to be old. Yeah. But anyway, this is Antonio Daniels annoyed with Luka arguing with the refs.
This is the frustrating part about Luka. As great as he is, and he is great, you lead the NBA in free throw attempts. So you complain when they call it. You complain when they don't call it. Like, it comes to a point where sometimes you just got to play.
Sometimes you just got to play.
He's right.
He's not wrong.
Yeah. I mean, I think what happens is when you don't see it every day and then you show up, and how many times have the Lakers played the Pelicans this year? 2 times, 3 times, whatever the case may be. So you're not seeing it over the course of the last 60 games. 60.
And it's been on the news the past week because the
right.
Lakers have been on national TV a lot, right?
And people have been talking about it. It's been one of these, hot talking points. And so when you see it in person, you jump on the bandwagon of, oh my God, now I'm seeing this, and I'm seeing how much he seems distracted in game. And then, he's barking at the referees going down to the defensive end of the floor, and then the whistle blows, and what does Luka do? Right to the referee. I mean, that's the deal. He is consumed with getting calls or correcting non-calls. And I just wish that somebody, and I don't know who it could be, George. I don't know that it's J.J. Redick. I don't know that it's LeBron James. I don't know if it's Luka's dad. I don't know if it's Rob Pelinka. I mean, just anybody could just get to him and go, bro, play the game. Stop letting the referees impact your emotions in the game. You're going to get some calls. You're not going to get some calls. I understand your frustration, but, bro, play the game. You think I should have that talk with him?
This is 8th season, bro. He ain't changing now.
Well, that's the point. He is not changing. And not just from a stop with the referees and control your emotions. This is why I don't know that certain players can be coached because they are so successful. They are well into their habits. I just don't know that Luka can be coached out of this habit.
Well, don't you think at the end of the game last night that was one of those situations where they got coached up a little bit and came back to win the game? Or do you think that was just luck? Like they really did just get lucky, like you said at the beginning of the show, George?
I mean, they're better than them, so
Right.
It's not like pure luck. But, yeah, I mean, you're down in a game against a team that, by the way, it's not like the Pelicans are tanking on purpose. You know what I mean? Like their pick is going to Atlanta this year if they're in the lottery. So they have all the incentive in the world to win or try to win. But, sometimes a little bit of luck. But, here's what I would say. I don't think luck should be like some sort of negative connotation. Like sometimes it's better to be lucky than good. I can name a million instances in sports where luck played a factor and, something good happened,
Well, what's the old phrase? What is luck is when opportunity and preparation meet. And so I don't know that that they were necessarily lucky. I just think that the Lakers are the better team. They're playing against a team that what does New Orleans have? To me, Trey Murphy III is a really, really nice player. Watching Zion last night, George, listen, if that guy could ever stay healthy, we all understand that at only 25 years old, the sort of dominant athlete he can be. George, early in the game, he had an alley-oop dunk, and I'm telling you, 18,000 people inside Crypto.com were like, ooh, like it was that spectacular. And then later in the game, poor Jackson Hayes was just getting ragdolled. And I give him credit because, at 6'11" and 120 pounds, I mean, he was putting whatever weight he had in front of Zion, and he was taking the beat down. There was one play in particular where Zion's driving to the basket, and he's got the ball up over his head, and then he throws an elbow into Jackson Hayes' face, and Jackson kind of falls off the floor, and he's like out amongst the crowd trying to get his you-know-what back together. I mean, Jackson Hayes gave a valiant effort last night, but Zion Williams is an overwhelming physical specimen. If he could stay healthy, we all understand this guy could be great, but he has never been healthy.
They also have DeJounte Murray, who's just came back from injury, and so I think he's only played 3-4 games at this point.
only a few. Yeah.
So when they start playing together, maybe that'll get a little bit better.
Yeah,
but
he's a good player.
Really good player.
He's an important player to what they, and he missed the whole season, to Greg's point.
Yeah, but I remember.
So they are a little bit of a different team, that's for sure.
Yeah, so
they were starting Jeremiah Fears, who was a rookie lottery pick that they drafted. But, he's a rookie playing point guard. You know what I mean? So you got a guy in Murray who is a legit good player in this league, then, it changes things a little bit. They have a different look to them, there's no doubt, although he's not playing probably the full requisite of minutes that he would normally play on a regular basis because he just started playing. But, they're not – no one's a pushover in the NBA outside of a few teams that are legit trying to lose. Sacramento, Utah. There's a few here and there, but all the other ones, are at the very least have guys on the roster that you would have to contend with for sure.
And Zion was out last night. He could do pretty much whatever he wanted to inside the paint, at least the way, I kind of saw the game last night. And again, I'll give Jackson Hayes some credit because he took a couple of shots in that game. Where he tried to plant his feet and tried to take the charge, but didn't necessarily. In fact, I think there may have been one offensive call against Zion against Jackson. Anyway, the point is this: I don't know that they were lucky to win the game. I think the Lakers are better than the Pelicans, and they should be better. And they should be better.
Agreed, but they did get a little lucky. At times in that game, and that happens. I'm not making it lucky like the way that Robert Horry hit a game winner against the Kings back in 2002. That's a different kind of luck, right? Kobe misses a shot. Shaq misses the putback. The ball gets tipped out right to Robert Horry as the buzzer expires. That. Now that's luck. You know what I'm saying?
That was a play they ran. That wasn't luck. They ran.
That was the play they called. Huh?
The play they ran was Sacramento batting it back to Robert Horry.
Yeah, good coach.
Play.
Absolutely. That was the play.
How about Anthony Davis fadeaway three in the bubble?
Totally called play.
Right.
Yeah. Oh,
he called Kobe.
Not lucky.
Right. Frank Vogel called that ahead of time.
Oh, he did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So my point is, there's always a little luck to everything, and I'm not saying there's and that happens, and that's sprinkled throughout the game. You know what I mean? That's not a bad thing. That's not it shouldn't have a negative connotation. Is my point. So,
but I'll just go back to the soundbite though that we were playing from Antonio Daniels, the New Orleans color commentator, and him going off on Luka. To me, again, it's a guy who doesn't see him every single day and hears the talk around the country about him, and then you see it in person.
Who are you referring to?
Antonio Daniels, the guy that you were.
Oh no, but Antonio Daniels covers he does a daily talk show.
No, I get it, but he's sitting courtside and he's seeing it for the second or third time of the year, and then again, Lindsay, if you play it one more time, he's doing what everybody else is doing now. He's just piling on.
This is the frustrating part about Luka. As great as he is, and he is great, you lead the NBA in free throw attempts. So you complain when they call it. You complain when they don't call it. It comes to a point where sometimes you just got to play.
Kind of like a Kirk Morrison drop there.
Yes,
when he did the football sometimes could be simple.
Mm-hmm.
But, Cappy, what we've been talking about a lot, especially last Wednesday when Windy was here, which he'll be here in about 15 minutes or so, was, the big three not being able to play well together. So I did a little research.
Okay.
And at that time, they had a net negative rating. I forget what the number was.
I think it was -8,
I think. Right now, it's for the whole season, when the three of them play together, it's -0.4. Mm-hmm. However, the past 4 games, it's 21.3. So are they figuring it out? Or are they just doing what they were supposed to be doing and beating the teams they're supposed to be beating?
Well, they're also, again, to Cappy's point earlier, the competition matters.
Yeah.
Right.
So is that all it is?
Yeah, but I'm not saying it's all that there is. There needs to be a coalescing of those of that group. And that's probably a good place to do it against what we would call or deem less than optimal opponents, right? I don't want to call them subpar because they're not subpar necessarily, but not the toughest of opponents. That's a good place to kind of get things going,
right? Because Lindsay, here's the thing: if all of a sudden in the last 4 games where the Lakers have won 3 straight, but they lost that game to Phoenix, if all of a sudden the big three start to produce
playing poorly
at a +20 rather than a -8, that would be great. But the difference we'll find out. Denver, Indiana, New York, Minnesota, Another game against Denver, 2 against Houston. I mean, a big homestand, then a big road trip. We'll find out. Are these stats for real, or are these stats about who they're playing against? I think it's about who they're playing against.
Could be.
Indiana is the bottom of the East, by the way.
Understood. But you're going to play Denver. Indiana may be the bottom. Obviously, they were in the championship last year. They don't have their star player. New York's really good. Minnesota's good. Denver is really good. So, and then you got to go on a long road trip. Houston twice, Miami, Orlando. We know what they did. Detroit. I mean, come on. This schedule's about to get real because these last 3 games, not so good.
And we could talk to Windy about that when he gets here in a little bit. But next, I think we should talk a little Dodgers with Berg because, the Blue Review is back.
The Dodgers.
So let's do that when we get back, guys.
I'd like to.
Okay. Sedano and Kap will be back in 3 minutes on 710.
This is the Sedano and Kap Morning Show.
Did you know Children's Hospital Los Angeles treats more kids with cancer and blood diseases than anywhere else in the Western U.S.? With over 200 clinical trials and some of the highest survival rates in the country, the Cancer and Blood Disease Institute at CHLA is the #1 pediatric cancer program in California. When your child faces an opponent like cancer, trust the team that delivers in the clutch. To learn more, visit chla.org.
Change is in the air at LAX. Los Angeles International Airport's automated people mover trains are rolling soon as part of LAX's ongoing investments in improving your travel journey. The new trains will quickly move guests between all terminals. The new consolidated rental car center, metro trains and buses, and economy parking in 10 minutes or less. Departing every 2 minutes, they'll help approximately 30 million passengers per year. Learn more at lawa.org/ESPN. That's lawa.org/ESPN.
Hey, Laker fans, it's time to team up with National University for an affordable, achievable bachelor's or master's degree. Choose 4 8-week courses and call timeout anytime. You need free tutoring, career counseling, and more. Plus, NU has a generous transfer credit policy and offers year-round enrollment. Best of all, our Year of You scholarship awards up to $6,000 annually toward an industry current bachelor's or master's degree. Apply by March 31st at nu.edu. Terms and conditions apply.
Evan Cohen here. In life, as in sports, the pros make it look easy. That's why pro golfers like Jason Day, Ben Griffin, and Patton Kazire trust the pros in lawn care. True Green. They have the experience and expertise to give you a lawn worthy of the PGA Tour. And since True Green does the work for you, you get more free time, or more tee times. So stop stressing over your lawn and start loving it. Sign up now at TrueGreen.com because nobody makes it easier to get a golf course quality lawn than True Green, the official lawn care treatment provider of the PGA Tour.
Harry Douglas here to tell you about Confetti Craze 5-Hour Energy. It tastes just like the best birthday cake ever. Vanilla, buttery, frosting vibes. It's basically a party in a bottle. Confetti Craze makes it easy to turn any day into a party with its delicious birthday cake flavor and big birthday energy. And here's the best part. All cake, no sugar. I bring these tiny bottles everywhere to cakeify my day with tasty caffeine boosts. The Funfetti flavor is back on 5hourenergy.com or on Amazon. Crack open a Confetti Craze 5-Hour Energy shot today.
Mornings on ESPN LA will never be the same.
I guess.
Don't get upset.
We can
Don't
talk
get
about it more
frustrated.
on
It's
the other
early.
side.
It's early in the show.
I get it.
Sedano and Kap have taken over Morning Drive.
Keep going. I'm into you this morning. I am so focused on what you're saying. Keep going.
Back to the guys.
Come on. Sicker than your average. Hop a twist cabbage off instinct. Don't think, stink, pink gators. My Detroit players.
7:48. It's the Sedano and Kap Morning Show. And on this day, back in 1997, Notorious B.I.G. released the song Hypnotized. Also, it's National Sun's Day. Did you wish Justin a happy Sun's Day, Cappy?
I didn't know it was National Sun's Day.
I'm telling you now, so you better do it.
You know what? Not only am I going to do it, not only am I going to do it, I'm going to do what everybody else in the world is going to do.
Post on Instagram?
I'm going to post a picture of me and my son, and I'm going to say, oh, it's Happy Sun's Day, and I'm so proud of the young man you're turning into.
We can't forget to do the, hey, screw you, Dad.
Yeah.
Right. Hashtag screw you, Dad.
It's also National Pound Cake Day, so celebrate with some pound cake.
Oh, I used to love pound cake as a kid.
It's pretty good.
Dip it in coffee. Oh, bro. Something else.
By the way, speaking of coffee, I don't think I stole, but I took.
Oh no, Cappy.
I didn't.
Here we go.
Borrowed.
Borrowed is probably a better way of saying it.
Here we go again.
In Lindsay's office, we have a coffee machine here.
It's the community Sedano Kap coffee machine.
Right. And the thing is that I like to have the to-go cups, So I guess the paperish cup and the plastic top and then the thing around at the sleeve. So over at the East Central this morning as I was walking out, not only did I fill up my cup of coffee, but I may have taken
Brought some extras?
Not some extras, but if you look in your drawer, I mean, there's enough now. I have my own Starbucks, essentially.
That drawer looks like
right?
Starbucks.
Anybody needs a to-go cup, okay? I'll write your name right on it.
Don't tell them because then people will go in there and take them. We gotta hoard them for ourselves.
Oh, yeah, those are for us. So now you see everybody walking around the office and like, the to-go coffee cup. They're like, where'd you get that? Lindsay's drawer. Where'd she get that? Cappy took them from the East Central. So thank you, East Central. These are really great coffee cups.
I know you're not into the cream and sugar and adding stuff to your coffee, but I do have some organic dairy-free, sugar-free coffee creamer in my fridge.
I would take that.
And some, I think it's like toasted marshmallow flavored or s'mores flavored sweetener that's also sugar-free. So no calories.
George, can I do that on the fast? Can I have a sugar-free creamer in my coffee on the fast?
No, it still has calories.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll just have to wait till I get to Jimmy John's later today.
I think it has 10 calories, Cap. I think you'd be okay, but that's just my opinion.
All right.
All right, we need the organ, right?
Mm-hmm. Let's see here. Epic Wolf is the guy in our YouTube chat that says, Kaplan is the dude who grabs a handful of plastic forks and spoons at Chipotle.
No, or the people that take a whole bottle of the Tabasco sauce.
You like your mom and take the sweet and low?
Right.
And
My
put it in your
mother,
purse?
my mother will take the sweet and low. She'll be like, I need the sweet and low so I can have coffee later. Yeah, I know. You're right. You busted me, Epic Wolf. You got me.
When I used to work at Denny's, people used to put it in their to-go box. They used to put the whole bottle of Cholula in the to-go box.
Oh, yeah.
And they would take off with the Cholula.
You busted me, Epic Wolf. You got me, pal. You do it too, buddy. And you know it.
So
the Dodgers.
Basically, Sedano, so today's something that we talked about. Roki Sasaki was not
he's been
great.
brutal.
Yeah, he was not great yesterday. In the first inning, he gave up a grand slam. He walked 3 guys. He only gave up a couple hits. It was not a great, but he did come back in the second inning, came back and kind of fixed a few things, struck out a couple guys, got through the second inning relatively clean. So that was good. But the fact is that now with Gavin Stone being down, Blake Snell not going to be ready. Shohei Ohtani probably not going to be ready for opening day.
Shohei Ohtani.
Maybe he is to start. I have no idea. But with that 10 guys that you had in the starting rotation is now dwindling, and Roki has a set spot, either the 5th or 6th spot, depending on who for Emmett Sheehan. And if he continues having poor outings, that is going to bode badly for him. Now, he's actually been he's somebody that can actually make adjustments. He did it last year. We've seen it. So he just has to be good for the rest of a lot of spring training moving forward.
But didn't you?
So are you concerned though?
No, I'm not concerned. I think it looks like it's mechanical, and I can't break that down. But guys like Pitching Ninja on Twitter, who
love Pitching Ninja.
He's great.
Never heard of Pitching Ninja before.
Go look up Pitching Ninja. He is great at breaking down film for pitchers.
Mm-hmm.
And he was putting some of that. Everything looked mechanical, where his hands were just a little bit too high. He wasn't coming through on his pitches a little bit, so doesn't have the control. So hopefully that's something that he can fix, because he did it last year. He went into the minors last year and then came back and was great in the postseason. We don't win the World Series without him.
Okay, but wait, didn't you say earlier in spring that he's working on some additional pitches?
Yes.
Okay, so
isn't that what spring training's for? You got to work on some stuff.
Right,
he's working it out.
Right, so that's
he's
just
working
it.
on his slider.
Right, so for a couple things. Number one, when you're playing in the Cactus League, and for anybody who's ever been over there or anybody who follows this kind of stuff, balls go flying out of those ballparks all day long. You know, it's very dry in Arizona. There could be some wind going on. And so lots of home runs are hit during Cactus League. That's number one. Number two, if you're a pitcher, and as I recall you saying, he's added like 3 pitches to his arsenal. Didn't you say that?
It's 2 or 3, but he's developing a cutter.
3-2.
And he's developing what he's calling a gyro slider.
Oh, I love
gyro
gyros.
sinker.
I know, so do I. I call them gyros, but I think they're awesome.
But he
they're
wants
amazing.
he wants a third pitch to go to his arsenal.
Okay, so the point is, though, the point is that if you're working things out in spring training and you have a kind of outing like he did yesterday, some people might go, oh, my God, he's terrible. He can't pitch in this rotation. No. This is spring training. He's working on stuff.
Right.
You know? And so I wouldn't even be remotely worried.
I'm not, and I think what the only worrying thing was the 3 walks in that first inning. The fact that he wasn't able to find the plate. The fact that Dave Roberts said after his first start that he needs to learn to hit his fastball lower in the zone, because if you put the fastball high in the zone, they're all just going to kill it. Every major leaguer is going to kill that. So he has to bring that down. It also offsets the splitter.
How's our guy Yama looking? I haven't heard much about him.
He didn't have a great first outing, but he's in Japan with the Japanese team for the WBC.
Yamamoto.
But he's going to be fine. If there's one guy I'm not worried about,
it's him.
It's Yoshinobu Yamamoto.
And by the way, so the Dodgers now, because all these major league teams seem to be doing this, all the World Baseball Classic teams, the rosters have moved,
Mm-hmm.
So, for example, if you were in a Cactus League camp, but you're playing in Florida, you might have moved with your team, your World Baseball Classic team, down to the Grapefruit League, and now you're playing against other major league teams. And so the Dodgers aren't they playing today? Is it against Mexico?
Yeah. The Dodgers are playing Team Mexico.
Okay.
And yesterday, Team USA played the Giants. They beat the Giants 15-1.
Okay.
They're all starting to get ready, and I think today is the first WBC game. I don't think it might be.
Yeah, I think it is tonight.
There's one tonight.
Oh, really?
Is the first WBC game, and then tomorrow, I believe, Korea and Japan play.
I saw the Dominican Republic last night, and I think they were playing in Miami. And honestly, you would have thought it was the World Cup. I mean, guys, this is a preseason, a pre-World Baseball Classic game, and I don't even know who Dominican Republic was playing. And I saw the flags in the stands and the crowd going crazy.
Oh, yeah, don't you remember the Vuvuzelas last time?
Yeah, but this is
they were
not
nuts.
even.
It was like a soccer game.
Right, but this isn't even the WBC. This is like the preseason. So this is the DR playing against whatever major league team they were, scrimmaging against last night. And you would have thought that this was the championship of the whole thing. That's how into it the fans were.
Yeah, it's going to be exciting. I'm actually really excited for this one. I know the United States is supposed to be the favorite, because they brought in Tarek Skubal, they brought in Logan Webb, they brought in Paul Skeens.
Aaron Judge to really pump people up.
But they're the favorites to win the whole thing. Although Tarek Skubal is only going to pitch one time.
He's doing everybody
one
a favor.
Time only.
Yeah, doing everybody a favor. I'll give you a couple innings.
Right. He's only allowed to pitch 65 pitches, and that's it.
Mm-hmm.
So there is rules for how many pitch limits and innings limits for everybody.
Well, I'm excited for the World Baseball Classic. Yesterday, you guys, I'm just letting everybody know right now, I am a fan, and I am following Team Israel.
Good.
Okay? And yesterday, George, I mentioned to you these two brothers that both played at USC, the Stubbs brothers. The older brother is in the Philadelphia organization. The younger brother's in the Washington organization. They're both guys that have kind of bounced up and down between AAA and the major leagues. And yesterday, the older brother, Garrett Stubbs, for anybody who's a USC baseball fan, Garrett Stubbs had the game-winning walk-off hit for Team Israel. And then after the game, him and his brother are in the clubhouse, and they've got these T-shirts. You guys give me a hard time about selling merch? They've got these T-shirts, and the T-shirts say, Matzah Ballers.
I like that.
Matzah Ballers. So today, I am ordering a Team Israel Matzah Ballers hoodie that I will be rocking during the World Baseball Classic. George, would you like one?
Sure.
Yeah, would you rock a Matzah Ballers hoodie?
I mean, if we're being honest, probably not.
I will. Matzo Ballers, by the way, is from the show Nobody Wants This that's on Netflix.
Never seen it.
Never heard it.
Oh, it's a really good show. It's Kristen Bell. They're the Matzo Ballers.
Oh, really?
One of the guys is Adam Brody, I think it is. I don't know exactly who the other guy is, but
Okay.
he's on a basketball team. They call themselves the Matzo Ballers.
Oh, well,
he's a rabbi.
I thought this was an original take.
No, from the movie.
Oh, they
from
stole it.
TV show. Yep.
Okay, well, smart. Good for them. Very good.
Can't wait to hear more about the Matzo Ballers and see your T-shirt, Cappy.
Well,
Hey,
I mean,
let's go to break, man. We got to get to Windy.
yeah, let's do it.
Wendy's next door in the studio waiting for you guys. But first,
Yeah.
why don't you guys tell us about our good friend Jacob and Ronnie?
All right, let's talk about from one good friend to another. We go from Jacob and Ronnie to Windy shortly here. But if you were hit while walking, Cappy, crossing the street or in a crosswalk, you're not just another case. Remember that happened to Evan Cohen. We talked about that with him yesterday. You deserve a lawyer who treats you like a person and fights for what you're owed, Cappy. And that's why I tell people to call Jacob and Ronnie.
Yeah, the law offices of Jacob and Ronnie handle pedestrian accidents every day. And I know last night there was a lot of traffic after that Laker game, and I'm trying to cross Figueroa to get back over to the East Central. It's dangerous out there. Drivers and their insurance companies often try to blame the person on foot, but George, Jacob will not let that happen.
No, absolutely not. Jacob and his team don't let it happen because they'll get the facts, they'll build your case, and they work on a contingency so you don't pay unless they recover for you, okay?
Exactly right.
That's the Call Jacob promise. So if you've been hurt in a pedestrian accident, it's very simple. Call Jacob at 800-345.
6-7.
8-9. That's 800-345.
6-7.
8-9. Call Jacob.
Call Jacob, and also we're going to call on our good friend Windy, who's going to be here for Windy Wednesday next on the Sedano Kap Morning Show, 710 ESPN.
710 ESPN, your home for the 17-time world champion Lakers.
KSPN Los Angeles, a Good Karma Brands radio station.
Bowling, 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 everybody's bowling. I don't mean to brag, but they don't call me Mr. Pinhead for nothing. Now your top reasons to visit Morongo.
Your golf game's getting hotter. Hit the links at Morongo Golf Club at Tuquet Canyon.
Number 2.
7 heavenly chef-driven food stations at the marketplace. Take an all-you-can-eat culinary journey around the world.
And the number 1 reason.
Rick Ross, live March 20th, only at Morongo.
Morongo, good times.
When it's game time, there's no room for hesitation, and you better believe GM John Good will make you a great deal at George Chevrolet. Whether you're rolling in a power-packed Silverado, loading up the family in a spacious Chevy Traverse, or going all electric, John Good has the great deal you want at George Chevrolet. Amazing pricing, zero pressure, and the next level Chevy vehicles you want are at George Chevrolet, conveniently located off the 91 at Lakewood in Bellflower. Or shop at GeorgeChevy.com. Chevrolet, together let's drive.
Waba Grill is an LA original, so we've got to keep it real. Real fresh with our Asian-inspired menu that's grilled to order every time. Real quality with our marinated proteins like hormone-free chicken, ribeye steak, wild-caught salmon, and shrimp. Head to Waba Grill for $5 happy hour, weekdays after 3 p.m. and try our new Chili Crisp dumplings, paired with a premium or beverage drink, like our delicious Thai tea, both for only $5. Only at Waba Grill. It's for you.
Have you heard the refinancing rule of thumb that says you have to drop your rate at least 0.5% to refi because it'll take several years of savings to recoup the closing costs for a refi? The Loan Exchange says the rule is nonsense. With a Loan Exchange free closer, you can lower your rate without paying any cost whatsoever. That's right, lower your rate with no cost and your balance doesn't go up. You start saving on the first day you have the loan and every day thereafter. If you decide to move next year or rates drop further, you can exchange that loan for another without losing $1 that was tied up in closing costs. Today's 30-year fixed-free closer rate in APR is 5.625%. So if your current mortgage rate is higher than 5.625%, give the Loan Exchange a call at 855-752-9944 or log on to theloanexchange.com. It won't cost you a thing. NMLS 1637539. Loan subject to credit approval. See website for licensing information, loan terms and conditions. Equal housing lender. Call 855-752-9944 or visit theloanexchange.com.
It's tournament time when the most talented teams survive and advance. And whether you're cutting down the nets or cutting through resumes, one thing's clear. The best teams are built with the best people. If you're hiring, you need ZipRecruiter. Their smart matching technology finds qualified candidates fast. You can add screening questions to get the right applicants and even filter to see who's recently active. Score the best for your team with ZipRecruiter. Try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/sports. That's ZipRecruiter.com/sports. Meet your match on ZipRecruiter.
Bundling your home and auto with Progressive could help you save without sacrificing quality. It's the smart thing to do. And as a hockey fan, you always know the smart thing to do.
Shoot the puck!
And you let the players know it.
Shoot the puck!
All game.
Shoot it! Come on, shoot!
And sometimes even after.
Man, rough game, huh? Yeah,
They should have shot the puck. So bundle your home and auto with Progressive. It's the smart thing to do. But you already knew that. Get a quote at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
You're hanging out with the Sedano and Kap Morning Show.
Oh, my. This is a banger. Don't get a chance to use that word very often, guys.
George Sedano, Scott Kaplan.
But it just sort of came out of my mouth. Banger is what it is.
More Sedano and Kap right now.
Sexy ladies want power with us. You know the car with us, them not war with us. You know the club, them want flex with us. To get next to us, them not vex with us.
8:04 on the Sedano and Kap Morning Show. And it's a windy Wednesday.
It's Windy Wednesdays.
Also on this day, back in 2003, Sean Paul released the song Get Busy, and it's a banger.
Good song.
That's
a banger.
Yeah, I used to bump this on my Civic when I was in high school.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
When you had that Civic?
I got the 210 subs in the back of the trunk.
Really?
You know, it made everything rattle.
And you pull up to a
little
red
subwoofer
light.
action.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Pull up to a red light. Guy like me is sitting next to you, you know, and I got to close my windows because your windows are down and you are just, it's loud.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm like, come on, man. What the hell, bro? On the phone over here, you know?
Amps under the seats. Oh, man. That little Civic.
It's also a snack day, National Snack Day. What's your favorite snack?
Ooh, good question.
Ooh, dark chocolate almonds.
Those are good. Those are definitely good. We got it, Bergie. We got it. We're good. We got it. Yeah, Wendy got it. Wendy's a pro. Wendy knows what he's doing. Well, at least we think. No, maybe we don't.
The dual channel is only working as a mono right now, apparently.
Yeah. All right, hold on. We're getting
His
getting
IFB's not working in
Wendy
there?
up.
Come on.
Wait,
What's going on?
Wendy's-
What is this place?
think-
Tulsa?
No, I think it's the input. It only works on one side right now.
No, Wendy's such a pro that he walked in today, and he's casual today, which I like because I'm casual today. And, George, I was warning Wendy that if he's going to show up here on Wednesdays suited and booted, I'm not allowing that any longer. I'm dressing up now on Windy Wednesdays. I'm wearing a shirt, coat, and tie every Wednesday. But Wendy showed up today, and we're both very casual. You know, we're both ready to go out for a nice long walk this morning, the two of us.
I actually wasn't ready for this somewhat chilly LA weather this week. I didn't exactly pack correctly because I just sort of don't look, and I didn't quite have it.
You assume it's going to be 75 and sunny every day.
I did, and it was a little chilly yesterday. I'm not gonna lie.
I know. Last night I was wearing a T-shirt. I'm like, I'm freaking cold. You know, like once the sun went down, it got cold last night.
Embarrassing for me to say that, but it's
Wendy, Kathy posted a video this weekend of being shirtless at the beach.
Yes, I took my shirt off at the beach. Something I don't normally do is take my shirt off in public.
Yeah.
In fact, I don't even like to take my shirt off at home.
And yet you allowed yourself to be photographed.
Well, I was walking down the beach this weekend, and it was so nice and it was so hot. It was like summertime. And I'm like, is it really February 28th or is it really March 1st? I'm like, I can't believe the weather. So I took my shirt off at the beach. And
he couldn't believe it. He's like, oh, I couldn't believe how it turned out.
Yeah, right.
Now, get my better. No, wait a minute. Get my better side.
Well,
I'm better. No, up. Stand up. Get up a little bit.
Well, George knows this. What I do is every year on my birthday, I take a picture of myself shirtless. And I will put that out for public consumption. Like, hey, here it is, man. This is what it is. I'm not 35 anymore. I'm 56 years old. I know it's hard to believe. But what I'll try and do is I'll try and wrap a shirt around my stomach to hide this part of it so that you only see from halfway up in chest.
Yeah, George, this is an athlete. This is a guy who's clearly, he's like, oh, I'll show you. Just make fun of me, world.
Yeah, I mean, listen, this guy was an athlete at one point.
I know.
You know what I mean? Like, on top of being a college kicker, I mean, yeah, exactly. He's just showing off. That's what he's doing. Although he does have an Indian friend that claims he has too much visceral fat.
That's what he
He's
tells me.
worried about his health, his
Right.
heart health.
As my friend, his name is Gurudat Ramakrishna. We just call him GR because Gurudat Ramakrishna is a harder thing to say.
He sounds smart. I'm not going to lie.
He's really smart. Yeah. And he sent me a picture
Doesn't
from
roll
India.
off the tongue, is
No,
what they would say.
he literally sent me a picture he sent me a message from India because he lives over there now, back and forth. And he said, hey, listen, I saw that picture of you shirtless. You're carrying around a lot of visceral fat, and you need to lose this weight or you're going to die.
I would say don't judge.
And I was like, leave me alone, man.
I don't think that's what Cappy was hoping for.
Oh.
Yeah, bro, go.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
He was hoping for a different set of DMs.
Right. Exactly right.
Thirst trap in over there.
Right. Hey, hot stuff. You know?
Yeah, different slide. Hey, so speaking of which, the Lakers have stopped their slide. And
Nice job.
They've won a couple against some opponents that were either not at full strength or not very good. In those games, though, LeBron, Luka, and Austin have played better together.
Yes.
Clearly, I mean, as one would expect, because it feels like we're watching this now. Like we're watching this with a very close eye, right, about how these three guys play on the floor together. Do you believe, because they are three highly intelligent players, that games like this can kind of help them, even though we only have about 20 games remaining left in the season?
They have to. So last night was actually kind of a sneaky, decent win because the Pelicans are not tanking, despite where their record is. So really, it's unfortunate to say this, but this is reality. You now look at team schedules and you go, well, how many tanking teams are they playing? And how many are they not playing? Like, for example, Denver 2 nights ago was playing Utah. And it was a close game in the fourth quarter. And I'm like, well, Denver's not I didn't even watch it. I'm like, Denver's not losing that game. Like, I don't even have to worry about it. I know Utah will not allow themselves to win. And they didn't. And they didn't. And so, but the Pelicans, not only are they not tanking, they've been above 500 since the All-Star break. And they had, for the first time, I think, all season, a 100% fully healthy roster last night. And they were ahead on the Lakers in the fourth quarter. And the clutch team came out, and Austin didn't have the best start to the game, but he had a good finish. And that was a nice win. And really, what you're looking at, when you look at the Eastern Conference, top 4 teams are so fluid. It's very hard for me. And we got Charlotte coming up like Secretariat on the outside.
I am just blown away by what the Hornets have done here recently. Yeah,
we all are. The winning streak they're on right now is all over tanking teams, but they're blowing them all out. But in the East or in the West, it's very clear to me where you want to be. If you're the Lakers, you want to be 3, because if you are, obviously 1-2 is going to be Oklahoma City and San Antonio, maybe in that order, maybe not. And then 3 through 6 is one set of liquidity, right? And so if you're 3, you're on the opposite side as probably the Thunder. I think the Thunder will get the 1 seed. George, I think the Thunder are making moves to try to get the 1 seed because, like, for example, the Thunder on a back-to-back playing tonight in New York. They held out Shai Gilgeous-Alexander and Isaiah Hartenstein last night, George, for that, Now, they can look you in the eye and go, no, we were always going to this was always going to be our plan. Whatever. They played the Bulls last night. That's a tanker. They knew they could get away with it. They set themselves up to make sure they had their best team for this game tonight, George. And, well, I'd like to believe that was to make ESPN feel good. I think it's because they want that 1 seed. But if you're the 3, you're not gonna have, likely, in my view, it'll be Oklahoma City, and you're gonna potentially see San Antonio in the conference finals. When, I'd much rather see them not to the conference finals. Okay, and maybe they don't even get there. But okay, so then if you're 3, then you have home court in the first round, and you don't have to see San Antonio or Oklahoma City. So. I'm sorry, San Antonio in the second round, not the conference finals. So 3 seed to me is where you want to be. That was what happened last year. The Lakers worked so hard to get on the stretch, got the 3 seed, and then obviously it didn't work out. But the 3 is where you want to be. Obviously, you don't want to go down to the play-in, but the 3 is right there. The Lakers have their schedule is tough-ish, but both Denver has the hardest schedule left in the league, and I think. Houston has a tougher schedule than the Lakers as well. And so these 4 games coming up, 2 with Denver, start 1's tomorrow, and then that baseball series with Houston in the middle of the month. Big time important games. Yeah. Big time important games because they count double because you're playing those teams in front of you, and the difference between the way the standings look, the difference between 3 and 6 is probably going to be 2 games or 1 game, just like it was last year. And so we're now in the spot where if you have a chance to win a game, you can't let it go. You can't lose to a tanking team, and you get a game like last night and you finish it off and get it done. That's a good win. And yes, George, you're 100% right that how those 3 guys play together, ultimately that's what you need. But we're now at the point in the schedule where you're now looking at everybody, what they're doing, and what the seeds are day to day.
So I think going back to what George was getting at, which is you came in last week, you had some data that you brought to us, which, as I recall, was when Luka and Austin are on the floor together, they're good.
Yep.
When Luka, Austin, and LeBron are on the floor together, they're bad. When LeBron is on the floor without Luka and Austin, they're good.
Yeah.
Is it me, or do you see it the same way? JJ understands this data and seems to all of a sudden, at least maybe it was only because you brought this to my attention, it seems to me now that he's playing Luka and Austin together at times, and then at other times he's playing LeBron without Luka and Austin, and then there's times where the three of them are on the floor, and then there's some other combination, but I'm noticing it more now based on what we talked about last week.
One thing that I will tell you with 1,000,000,000% certainty is that JJ is well aware of the data.
Mm-hmm.
That stuff that I talked about last week was not an opinion. That was straight data. It was not saying that someone sucks, someone doesn't like somebody in chemistry, whatever. It was a reflection of what has happened on the court. And, that's the thing. When you have, I can't remember how many minutes they had.
It was
together.
It was like 220 something.
Yeah.
You said last week.
You would love it to be 400,
Mm-hmm.
but it ain't. And so, you have sort of a choice. You can, and I mean, that's just something that JJ weighs all the time. Your choice is, do you respond to that data by saying it's incomplete and we need to just keep doing this, and we believe with our evaluation as coaches and as an organization that it's going to work? Or do you need to start making strategic decisions to respond to that data?
Mm-hmm.
And that's a line that I'm sure JJ is walking every day. But I promise you, JJ did not need to be told what that data is. He's got a report that he's watching very closely. And so one of the biggest things that a coach does, especially this time of year when they're preparing for the playoffs, is analyze lineups. Lineups. For example, yesterday, the Pelicans are really, really trying to win. Like they are 10 games out of the play-in.
Mm-hmm.
Happy. They are not making that play-in. Okay?
But are they thinking about their future?
No.
No.
Kind of, but they're for 50 games they started their two rookies,
Mm-hmm.
or mostly started them, and now they're on the bench.
Okay.
They have been starting DeAndre Jordan, who's barely hanging on to the league,
Mm-hmm.
because they believe defense. My point is this: they are trying to win every game. The Pelicans are full out trying to win every game. They've got some deficiencies as a team that are going to keep them from being very good, but whatever. And last night they started a small lineup. They started Zion at center, and I promise you, the Pelicans spent hours over the previous 2 days analyzing what the best way to play was and starting at center. And so JJ probably got a curveball yesterday when he got the starting lineups and saw, wait a minute, they're not starting any center in this game, and he's got to go to work. That chess game is going on nonstop, and especially for a data-driven coach like JJ, who is very much a modern coach. He's a guy who played in the league. He played in the league 15-ish years,
Mm-hmm.
whatever. A lot of times you see coaches who weren't players leaning into data, and coaches who were players sort of being more, vibes coaches, chemistry coaches.
Yeah.
JJ is a guy who will get up into a player because he's like, I played in this league for 15 years, whatever it was, but he also very much leans into the data. So when you watch what the Lakers are doing with their lineups, I promise you, JJ has poured over spreadsheets to come up with that.
Mm-hmm.
So, let's see how that develops as these very important games go on.
All right, Windy Wednesday here on Sedano Kap. I don't know, is Sedano, did he rock out? Yeah, he did? Okay, good. You mentioned, Windy, that JJ played in the league. And we all saw this past weekend, it was Saturday night against Golden State, where Luka's coming off the floor. JJ tries to grab his wrist. Luka kind of shakes him off. Luka goes to the bench. JJ's following him and barking at him. And then Luka's like, as JJ walks away, Luka's like, you know what? I don't think I'm quite done with you. And as Luka goes to get up to go get to JJ, you've got a teammate stand up in Jared Vanderbilt. No, man, you're not going to do this. It's a smart move by Jared Vanderbilt.
Absolutely.
Really smart move, because you don't want to humiliate the coach or the star player, and everybody's watching, But what did you, because now everybody's talking about that, and everybody's coming to conclusions. Luka's had enough of JJ, or JJ's had enough of Luka.
Right.
What is your analysis of that moment?
Yeah, so obviously I don't know what they were talking about, and I also don't know, here's one thing that you're not going to know. Even if you're on the team, you may not know this. Was he bringing up something that he specifically had told him about, like pregame? Like he said, listen, Luka, in this situation, you got to do this. And maybe he's told it to him 6 times in the last month, and Luka still didn't do it. And this is like, damn it, Luka, I told you to do this. Or maybe it's something that was just literally in the moment. I don't know what that is. Probably literally only JJ and Luka and maybe a couple other people do. So there's no way I can possibly do that. I will just tell you that Luka had 100 of those moments with Rick Carlisle. He definitely had those moments with Jason Kidd, and they went to the finals together. Now, Cappy, I'm a huge actions over words guy. So I don't necessarily believe that it was nothing, because if it was nothing, Jared Vanderbilt wouldn't have reacted that way.
Mm-hmm.
If that had happened 100 times in front of the whole team, Jared Vanderbilt would have just let it happen. He'd be like, oh, there they go again. Jared Vanderbilt stepped up and said, let's stop this right now. So I don't believe it was a routine interaction. However, I also don't believe that it was like the signal of a boiling point and like a referendum on their relationship. I never believe that.
Do you think guys like Luka, you're this many years as a pro, you're this successful individually, that like the team wants to build everything around you. Do you think that a player like him is coachable?
Yeah, absolutely. I think Luka wants to win. I really do think at the end of the day, Luka really wants to win. And when he gets furious at the refs and doesn't get back on defense, his coach can tell him that's not helping you. But I think it's based on the fact that he's so competitive and wants to win. I do not question his competitiveness. And if he can accept coaching and if the coach says to him, Luka, we don't really want you to shoot. We want you to just stand in the corner and just move the ball and, get down on defense and rebound. Then if you ask him to do something that's not him, I don't expect him to do that. I don't question Luka's desire to win, nor do I question his desire to be coachable. That said, the team is going to be set up around him. So some of that's going to take care of itself. But I think JJ is a guy who is going to challenge his players. There are different coaches who coach different ways. Ime Udoka will get in a player's face in the huddle and not care, okay? Joe Mazzulla will get in a player's face in the huddle and not care. That is not the way that Mark Daigneault will coach. That is not the way necessarily that you will see, Quinn Snyder coach, But JJ Redick is that type of guy. He will challenge a player in the moment right there. That's who he is. He's a very emotional, fiery coach. JJ and Luka could be 10 years together. They could win multiple championships, and you could see that happen dozens of times. It's the nature of the way these two guys are going to be. So I don't think that was normal. I don't think that's happened routinely, but I don't think it's an indication of like a red flag.
All right.
Brian, let me ask you a question about the rest of the West, right? So we talked briefly about, where the Lakers should want to be, 3, et cetera. When you look at, and let's start with OKC, and then I'd love to get your thoughts on San Antonio if you think they're ready too. I know everyone's asking that question. But OKC, I look at them this way. I look at this situation that they've dealt with from an injury perspective, with Shea missing all those games, Jalen Williams missing a ton of games. I almost look at it as a blessing in disguise for them. Like, they have now given a whole new definition to depth, where they have had guys play real minutes who probably would have never gotten real minutes. And for the most part, they held their own. Like, they weren't terrible. They were, hovering around 500-ish for a stretch of time without Shea. But they have had guys jump into the rotation who were either G League guys or guys who were on the roster who didn't get a ton of minutes, who performed at a very high level. I actually think this will benefit them in the long term, which kind of stinks for the rest of the Western Conference.
I agree. So you look at last night, they played a game in Chicago. It doesn't really seem like it matters much. Jared McCain, the guy they traded for at the deadline, he had 20 points last night. Okay. Right. And so what I think about is this. Playoff series, really long, right? 6-7 games.
6-7.
6-7. That's still a thing?
Well, it is, and we always are trying to beat each other to it.
We overdo it. Yeah. You are on the cutting edge.
Right. Yeah. Well, I'm trying
pop culture cutting edge.
Individually, I'm trying to destroy the entire phrase myself. Keep going.
You're working on it. You're doing good.
Thanks.
When you think about long playoff series, let's say it's game 4. It's 2-1. You're down 2-1. Who's going to be that X factor difference maker? Let's say you're in a playoff game and your guy gets in foul trouble. One of your starters gets in foul trouble. Or let's say one of your starters turns his ankle. All right. Now you go down the bench and you bring a guy in. who's to say that 10-game stretch that he had when there was injuries in February, or that how his role changed? That's what it's really all about. Because in the playoffs, how many guys can you trust? Who can deliver? And like if the Thunder were in a playoff series starting tomorrow, let's say they were fully healthy in the playoff series starting tomorrow, and let's say it was game 4 and they were down 2-1 and they're in trouble, and like whatever's not working. Let's say somebody turns their ankle or somebody's just not working. Mark Dagenhut going to go down and say, Jared, let's go. And maybe he delivers, maybe he doesn't. But that's what this is what Greg Popovich, and obviously I'm sure like guys in the past, I'm sure Red Auerbach and stuff did this, but this is what Popovich was so good at. Popovich never saw any time during the regular season as wasted. And that's why, Stern was on his ass when he started benching players. But even when he benched players, like to rest, even when he did that, he used that time. And you saw repeatedly the Spurs come up with role players who delivered. And that's what George is talking about. As, Jalen Williams, the guy from Arkansas, the Jay, Jay Will, as they call him, he's had a couple of humongous. This is a guy who may not even play in a playoff game.
Right.
He may not even be in the rotation depending on the opponent. Right. He had, George, last week he had a 28-point game or something.
I was there in San Antonio when he had a monster game, and they used him as the hub, and they did it again yesterday.
Right. And so, like, they may get into a series with Denver, and all of a sudden Jalen Williams needs to play minutes because they need him to lean up against Jokic. He may not even play in the previous series. Steve Kerr and the Warriors did this too. Even when they had their great teams, they would have series where, like, David Lee, back in the day, David Lee wouldn't even play, or he'd be the 9th man. And then in the finals the one year, they moved David Lee into the starting lineup. Like, that's what good teams do. Good teams develop all kinds of different pitches. And definitely, now look, let's be honest though, they need J-Dub, Jalen Williams, the All-Star. They need him to be healthy. They're going to need, Shea to be healthy. But the Thunder have not wasted. That's why, like, I know the Spurs have been stalking down the Thunder, and they're, got within 2 games of them or whatever. I wasn't stressed at all about the way the Thunder were playing during that stretch where those guys were at. I felt like they got better as a team.
In the East, Windy, and I got to run for a second to a production meeting. I'll be back hopefully before you're gone. But Jason Tatum could be back, right? Like, that is the sense that he could be back sooner rather than later. What do you need? What would you need to see from him to shift Boston's fortunes in regards to representing the East in the finals?
So you're going to hear me say this a lot if and when Tatum comes back soon. Think about how different the NBA is today. Today was what, March 5th? March 4th?
Yep.
4th.
Think about how different the NBA is today than it was on January 4th. Okay? James Harden was a Clipper, for example. Okay? The Hornets were 10 games under 500. I could go on and on. In 2 months, the league has changed a lot. Mm-hmm. Luke Kennard is a Laker, right? Now, I want you to think about May 4th, because that's when Jason Tatum needs to be ready to go. Because in the Eastern Conference, at the second round, the chips are going to be down. There is going to be some teams who go home in the second round where there's going to be consequences, okay? There are 4 teams in the East who believe they can win the entire thing, much less the Eastern Conference. And 2 of them are, at least 2, maybe 3, depending on how things roll, are going to be home in the second round. That's when Jason Tatum needs to be good. Not in Game 3 when he comes back. Not on April 15th. Not in the first round, where I think, although they could get Charlotte in the first round, not in that situation. Jason Tatum needs to be good starting in the second round. And though that's the big thing. And if you ask George, like, that's like maybe the biggest question in the league. Is he going to be a difference maker come that time in the season? I don't know. The Celtics probably don't know. Jason Tatum probably doesn't know. But if he is, reorder the balance of power. I mean, not in the whole league, but certainly in the Eastern Conference.
But there's about 21 games to go in the regular season. Tatum, they say, has been playing with the G League team.
He's been practicing with the big team won't do many full practice.
Okay, so what do you think? What number of games? For me, it would be like 10 games. If you could just play 10 regular season games.
Honestly, I don't think it has anything to do with the number of games. It has to do with how he looks. And it doesn't even have to be after 10 games. It has to be, again, the second round begins the first week of May. And sometimes it's May 1st, sometimes it's May 3rd, whatever. That's when he needs to be ready to go. And that's what their mission's got to be.
Windy's in the house, George.
And George has to
I
go
will
to a
step
production.
aside and be back. You be nice to Wendy.
Oh, I
okay?
promise
be a good.
you.
Yeah.
We'll hold the fort down for you.
I will be very nice
Okay.
to Wendy. I got a lot to talk to him about. Don't even worry about that.
I'll be right back. I'll say hello to Mike Breen and Tim Legler for you.
Yeah, you tell Legs I said what's up.
Legs.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, while George goes to his production meeting, Cappy, before we go to break, why don't we tell him about our friends at VisionWorks?
Linz, I'm putting on my new glasses right
Just
now.
put
Wendy,
mine
check them
on.
out.
Just put mine on. Check them out.
Wendy, what do you think about these? What do you think
Oh
about these
my
glasses?
gosh.
Sharp?
You just got 17% smarter.
Well, the only thing is about these glasses that I'm wearing, I got them on Friday, and they're what I think are called progressives. So when I look distance-wise, by the way, it's already changed the way I drive because everything was blurry. But now that I can see distance-wise, I can see the road signs. I can tell you what road I'm coming up on.
What color are my eyes, Cappy?
Oh, from here I can see. Those are
You don't know what color they are normally. Come on, that was a trick question.
a little brownishy, little greenishy, kind of like my
Hazel.
glasses. But here's the thing. Now I've got these progressives, so I can see distance. I can see mid-range my computer, but I'm still getting accustomed to this, Lindsay. Watch this. When I'm looking at something that's close by, I kind of lift my head up a little bit and then pull my eyes down because I'm using sort of the bifocal reader part of them. So I am getting adjusted to them. But I'll tell you this. It was great last night to visit with Alex, our former security guard here at LA Live. He was hitting me up because he was in Bell Garden on Saturday going to the VisionWorks. And so I don't know if you heard this or not, but the VisionWorks stores, they were reporting to us, they were packed all weekend because of what we did last week on Friday. So
That's
make
right.
sure you get out there and get your eyes checked out.
Yeah, if you want to be like Cappy and me, who have our new glasses, and now all of a sudden we can see clearly now because, we got our glasses, then go to VisionWorks. You can get your annual eye exam, even if you think your vision's perfect. Regular eye exams are still important. Your eye doctor doesn't just check your sight. They'll examine the health of your eyes, too. And they'll also look for signs of glaucoma, diabetes, or hypertension.
That's right.
And VisionWorks right now, they've got the big sale going on. They got the 2 pairs, 1 easy decision, buy 1, get 1 free at VisionWorks. And like Christopher Arthur Morales always likes to say, put your tax return to good use with a fresh pair of glasses. Don't go buying chicharrones and what does he say?
And the soda.
I was wondering if you were
And the soda?
going to go for the chicharrones.
Yeah, don't buy stuff like that. Don't buy Jimmy John's, even though we love Jimmy John's.
it's
Don't
so
buy
good.
that stuff.
It's so good.
Buy yourself some glasses at VisionWorks, Cappy.
That's exactly right. So listen, here's the deal. You need to make that appointment. They will work with you. Evenings, weekends, you name it. They will work around your schedule. So look, it is time to get your eyes checked and get your brand new glasses at VisionWorks.
That's right, VisionWorks.com. And Sedano Kap Morning Show will be back in about 2.5 minutes on 710.
The Sedano and Kap Morning Show.
Did you know that Children's Hospital Los Angeles offers advanced epilepsy care for kids, even when other treatments haven't worked? CHLA's Neurological Institute has Southern California's only all-pediatric Level 4 epilepsy center. That means your child is supported every step of the way by providing the latest therapies and personalized care plans for all of your child's epilepsy needs. So put seizures on the sidelines and help your child get back to being a kid. To learn more, visit chla.org.
Hey guys, it's Cappy. You know I'm serious about the game day menu, right? If we've got the game on, I'm not messing around in the kitchen. You know what I'm doing? I'm going straight to Pizza Hut. Right now, they've got 2 insane deals. A large 1-topping pizza or a medium 3-topping pizza for just $9.99 each when you carry out. Order online at pizzahut.com, or if you don't have it by now, grab your phone and download the Pizza Hut app and bring home a guaranteed win tonight.
Available at participating locations. Extra charge for stuffed crust and original pan, extra cheese, and extra toppings.
Buenos dias.
It's calling. A driving force from within. Pushing, beating, rising to the surface. The time has come to let it out and ignite the flame that sparks revolution. AEW Revolution, live Sunday, March 15th from Crypto.com Arena in Los Angeles. Tickets on sale now at AEWTIX.com.
My name is Whitney Allen, and I'm a widow. My husband, Ryan, died. We never thought we'd ever have to use life insurance, but the unexpected happened. With Ethos, signing up was fast and 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million of coverage. I'm grateful we were prepared.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/game. That's ethos.com/game.
Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
It's tournament time when the most talented teams survive and advance. And whether you're cutting down the nets or cutting through resumes, one thing's clear. The best teams are built with the best people. If you're hiring, you need ZipRecruiter. Their smart matching technology finds qualified candidates fast. You can add screening questions to get the right applicants and even filter to see who's recently active. Score the best for your team with ZipRecruiter. Try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/sports. That's ZipRecruiter.com/sports. Meet your match on ZipRecruiter.
The Sedano and Kap Morning Show is on.
That encapsulizes Rivers' entire career.
Encapsulate, yeah.
Wait, encapsulizes is not a real thing?
George Sedano, Scott Kaplan.
You can't encapsulize a thing? No, you only encapsulate it? Okay.
More Sedano and Kap right now.
Tell me something, boy. Aren't you tired trying to fill that void?
8:35. The Sedano Kap Morning Show. And back on this day in 2019, the number one hit was Lady Gaga and Bradley Cooper with this beautiful song, Shallow. It was from that movie, The Star is Born. A Star is Born.
I just see you and Cappy sing this. Lindsay.
You know,
This
Lindsay,
song
it's
is
not a bad
so
idea for a
good.
duet, you know,
Okay.
for the two of us.
I mean, once we get to the chorus, that's the only part that I know. This was playing in the store the other day, and it's been stuck in my head for days.
I can't believe I actually saw this movie in the theater. I don't know why, but like I never go to a movie theater. And for whatever reason, I went and saw this movie.
It's a great song, isn't it?
You see this movie?
There's one reason you went to see this movie. I'm not going to make assumptions.
No, you're right. You're right.
There's
no.
probably a certain motivation.
Yeah, Rachel's like, we're going to see this movie. Yeah, right. I'm like, okay, girl, whatever you say. You know, that's exactly right. It's the kind of movie that
I will say though, this is an incredible song.
Yeah, you like this
as
song.
far as like movie songs,
In the
not that I'm an
shallow,
aficionado.
shallow
It's like
love.
top, one of the best all time. Right?
Yeah.
It
good
is
song.
a great song. It was in my dream the other night after I heard
That's
it
what
in
I'm
the
saying.
store.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Like,
Dreamy.
You know.
Great song. Also, it is National Dance the Waltz Day, so you can dance the waltz to this song,
really?
Shallow. Yeah.
Really? Okay.
Mhm.
Very good. Well, it is a windy Wednesday, and Brian Windhorst is in studio. I want to go back to the Lakers, though, and ask you this, because I think this is what we're all trying to figure out now. So they had lost these games, right? And they lost games, because you were talking about it a little bit earlier, about you got to win certain games. You mentioned that you turned off the Oklahoma City game last night against Chicago because you knew that they were going to win.
Yeah.
Okay. The Lakers, when you go back to last week, they should have, in my opinion, they should have beaten Orlando at home. And I'm not saying that Orlando's not good. I'm
Yeah.
just saying that
Well,
it's a
Orlando
home
at
game.
that point had won 6 of 8. That yes. Well, so they went 4-4 in that homestand.
Right.
You know, maybe 4-4 was not what you were looking for there. So
Mm-hmm.
maybe it was that game. Maybe it was one of the other games. But yes, I would agree.
And I guess for me, the Orlando loss was so disappointing because it had come after the Boston loss. And when you got blown out at home by Boston, given the emotion of the Pat Riley statue and the Showtime Lakers coming back, you expected more effort. James Worthy went on the postgame show here in L.A. and was like, dude, these guys are weak. They should be embarrassed to even put the uniform on. I mean, he really went off on those
he's
guys.
known for these types of things.
Right.
Yeah.
But so then you figure that they'll come back and they'll play great against Orlando, or they'll show some fight, and they wound up losing that game at home. Then they go to Phoenix, and Phoenix doesn't have 2 of their top guys. They don't have Booker, right? And they wind up losing that game. And so then all of a sudden they've lost 3 straight games. But then you beat Golden State that doesn't have Steph. There is no Jimmy Butler. They wind up losing to Sacramento, who doesn't have much of anything.
They beat Sacramento.
Excuse me, they beat Sacramento. Pardon me. And then last night they win against a team that has, less than 20 wins on the year. So yes, they've won 3 straight games, but they've beaten 2 teams that don't have, their star players, or in Sacramento's case, doesn't really have very much. And last night, New Orleans, as you point out, is the first time that these guys are even healthy. So are we encouraged by what they've done in the last 3 games, or are we saying, look who they're beating, it's nobody?
So if you looked at that 11-game, pull out of the schedule, which was they had an 8-game homestand, and then they had 3 extremely winnable. The Warriors game didn't look easy when the schedule came out, but considering where the Warriors are, I mean they're like 8-14 when Steph doesn't play, and forget it, when Jimmy doesn't play, it's even worse. So when Jimmy and Steph don't play, so that's a win you have to make, even though it's a road game. But you look at that stretch of 11 games, and you're like, boy, it would be terrific if they could go like 8-3, 9-2, and they went 7-4. So it's not like catastrophic. The good thing is that the teams around them sort of in this, there's what I call the Middle West, which is at the top you got the two teams, and then you've got this group of teams at the bottom that's tanking. And you have this middle group, which the Lakers are in. You've got Houston, Denver, Lakers, specifically 3, 4, 5.
You put Minnesota in that group?
Minnesota's sort of at the top of that group because they've been winning. You want to see if you can win that little middle. And if you want to win that middle, you needed to go 9-2. But if you look at that, the only team in there that's been winning really is Minnesota. And Houston has bounced back over the last 6 or 7 games, but they went
6-7.
There you go.
Nice job, Linz.
They had a bit of a rough stretch in there. So really nobody in there is really thrilled with the way they're playing. So the Lakers kind of, they didn't take advantage of it, but they didn't really lose ground when they went through that stretch. So they're still in good shape, but I will say this, that their schedule toughens up now.
Oh, yeah.
So, like I said, they've got a 6-game road trip in the middle of the month, where, they have the base. To me, the game in Denver and the 2 games in Houston, they played this baseball series where they played 2 games in Houston back to back. 3 very, very important games. If you can do well in those games, if you can go 3-0, you are setting yourself up for incredible success. And so they've played well these last 3 games. The Sacramento game and the Warriors game, they shot great from 3-point range. I would love to say, boy, they've got it turned around from 3-point range. That's taken off. But then they had another bad game last night. I just don't think they're a great 3-point shooting team. I think they have the capability to have great 3-point shooting nights. And if you have a great if you go to Houston, who's a really good defensive team but challenged offensively, but big time size, that's going to be a challenge for the Lakers. If you go to Houston and have 2 3-point shooting games like you just had at Golden State and then Sacramento, that would be amazing. And they can do that. I don't doubt that there's a game where Kennard can hit 5 or 6 threes, that there's a game where LeBron, what the difference it makes when LeBron is on. And Luka, I think has been settling for threes a little bit too much, but my God, he has the ability. I mean, the guy can drop 40 like that. So if Luka goes into Houston and has 2 40-point games, it's the difference potentially between being 6th and 3rd. And the difference between 6th and 3rd is home court in the first round and potentially being on the side of the bracket that you want to be on. And because, if you finish 5th, you don't have home court, and then you got to face the Thunder in the second round. And so if you're dreaming of this Lakers playoff run where they can somehow navigate to the conference finals, you need to go dominate and have success in those games. And Denver is not playing great right now. So, for example, they did beat Utah the other night. Jamal Murray had 45 in that game, and they won by 3 or 4. Denver is wheezing a little bit right now. So now that I've said this, they'll probably look awesome tomorrow. But
and they've got 2 games coming up against the Lakers.
Yes, but maybe they have turned it a little bit. I thought that was a nice win last night. I really did. If you look at the record, you'll say, how could they have been behind this team? New Orleans is better right now than its record. That was a quality win, and they, after they went through that lull in the clutch, they've come back. They had a good clutch performance last night. And the thing about it is, I mentioned Charlotte earlier. So Charlotte, they've got a 5-game win streak, and they've just played 5 straight tanking teams. Okay, they've got a couple of games with Brooklyn and Washington in there. They've won all 5 of those games by 15 or more points, because everybody plays tanking teams. But what you want to see is when you do play a weak team that you blow them off the court. The Lakers play too many clutch games. They're great in the clutch. And look, if you get into a playoff series, let's say you get into a playoff series with Houston. Houston has not been a good clutch team, and not been a good fourth quarter offensive team. You get into a series with Houston, and you tell me, listen, 5 of these 7 games are going to clutch time. I feel good if I'm the Lakers, because I know I'm a clutch time team. But ideally, you want to get into a series where 5 of the 7 games you don't need clutch time because you're playing better. And so the fact that the Lakers are good in clutch time is great and can be really important in the playoffs. But it's fragile, and it's an indication of a team that is not really a powerful team, because powerful teams don't have as many clutch time games.
So, Wendy, you mentioned how they're all bundled up in the middle here after OKC and San Antonio, and there's not much of a difference between the 3 and the 6 seed. So I know you don't like to do predictions, but if you had to guess after this next tough stretch of 10 games or so. Do you think that the Lakers are more likely to be a 3 seed or to fall into like the play-in?
Well, the Lakers are of these teams. The Lakers are very healthy right now. Knock on wood. I think Maxi Kleber is the only guy on the injury report, unless I'm.
Maxi Kleber looked good a couple nights ago.
Yeah, but I think he was out last night with a back issue. Like Rui is back. Rui didn't play well last night, but he obviously can. Denver is really banged up. And Oklahoma City is banged up, and Minnesota is healthy. Trying to think. Houston's missing 2 starters that they're not going to get back. So the Lakers I'm not really focusing so much on Minnesota. I'm really focusing on Denver and Houston. And the Lakers are healthier than Denver and Houston. They have an easier schedule than Denver and Houston. It's not easy, like super easy, but their schedule's a little bit more friendly. Like the Lakers have, I think, 2 games left with Oklahoma City.
They have 2 with OKC and 2 with Houston still.
Okay.
Yeah, and those Oklahoma City games aren't until April.
And 2 with Denver. Oh, well, who knows what's going to happen then?
Right.
If you look at Denver's schedule, it's brutal. Like Denver has 3 games left with San Antonio. Denver has the hardest schedule left in the league. And so, like, the Lakers are in position with, again, knock on wood, with health and schedule, that they should be able to put themselves in position to pass these teams. Like, everything that's happened all the way up to this point. And the reason that they're still in this position is because they've been great in the clutch, and because earlier this season when LeBron was out and Austin was out and Luke was out, they were able to hold the fort when they had 2 of those 3 guys out at various times. So all things considered, they're not in bad shape. Their set of goals is still there that they can accomplish.
And Wendy said knock on wood. And you know what that means?
Tell me.
That means this was the Morning Wood, brought to you by Hernandez Wholesale Flooring. If you're in the market for new flooring, shop at Hernandez Wholesale Flooring, where every day is a deal, no gimmicks. Call 866-62-FLOOR or go to HernandezWholesaleFlooring.net. No sale beats wholesale. Homeboy.
There you go.
There, I got it in there.
Don't forget about the homeboy.
That's right. And, Cappy, why don't you tell us about Prize Picks real quick here before we go to break?
I would love to, because last night I was a winner on Prize Picks.
Congrats.
Thank you very much. Yesterday I played a Taco Tuesday play. I had Anthony Edwards. His more or less number was 28.5, but it was discounted to 21.5. And so I took Anthony Edwards. He scored 41 points last night. Then I took LeBron James. And the reason I took LeBron, I don't remember if we talked about it yesterday, but there was some data out there about LeBron versus Zion and how successful LeBron had been when playing against Zion. And LeBron's more or less number last night was 33.5 points, rebounds, and assists. LeBron gets to 33 points, rebounds, and assists, and he misses 2 free throws. He goes to the bench, puts on his top and his sweatpants. And I'm like, that brother better get back in the game. Because let me tell you something. He was stuck on 33. He needed to get to 34.
He got off to a hot start, and then he pulled off.
Right, but then he missed 2 free throws. All he needed was 1 free throw. LeBron goes back into the game. LeBron winds up getting a great pass from Marcus Smart, puts it down, and LeBron goes for a grand total of 35 points, rebounds, and assists. My $20 2-pick power play paid $60. So here's the thing. I want to just caution everybody. I watch the game and I have the Prize Picks app open because I'm waiting for them to make me an offer to get out early. Hey, you got $20 to win 60, but it looks like you might win. How about an early payout of $41.35? And then you got to decide, do you want to take the profit early or do you want to go for what's behind door number 3? I waited last night and I was rewarded. So here's what I want you to do. Download the Prize Picks app. Use our code CAPPY, K-A-P-P-Y. Make your first $5 lineup. Get $50 in lineups, whether you win or lose. And then let's all play together. We got basketball heading towards the playoffs. We got soccer now. Hockey is in full swing. Baseball's on the way. Download the Prize Picks app. Use the code CAPPY, K-A-P-P-Y. Make your first $5 lineup. Get $50 in lineups. Prize Picks, it's good to be right.
This is the Sedano and Kap Morning Show.
Focus Features presents the film Hamnet. From director Chloe Zhao and producers Steven Spielberg and Sam Mendes, the AFI hails. Hamnet lifts the audience high above humanity. And now, the Golden Globe winner for Best Picture of the Year has been nominated for 8 Academy Awards, including Best Actress Jessie Buckley and Best Picture of the Year. Hamnet, our stories live forever. Rated PG-13. May be inappropriate for children under 13. Now playing in theaters everywhere.
Hello, it's James Worthy here. Do you manage your body well? I know with all my years of wear and tear, I have to, and I do it with IceBod Active Wearable Cryotherapy. I just put on my compression wear with the pockets that fit rubbery ice-cold gel packs and chill all my problems away. I can wear it under my clothes and go. I'm such a believer of their wearable cryo that I became an owner of the company. Try it, and you will thank me. Get yours at icebodactive.com.
It's Windy Wednesdays.
When pain keeps you from doing what you love, Hoag Orthopedic Institute gets you back to you. We are ranked number 18 in the nation and number 1 in Orange County for orthopedic and spine care by U.S. News & World Report. From the surf to the green, our world-class doctors are there, which is why more Californians choose Hoag Orthopedic Institute for orthopedic and spine care more than any other hospital. At Hoag Orthopedic Institute, there is no one better at getting you back to you. Proudly founded by premier physicians in partnership with Hoag. Learn more at HoagOrthopedicInstitute.com.
Texting enrolls you in a recurring automated marketing text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
The team's looking good this season.
I think so. Man, I miss playing football. Ever since I turned 40, I just can't find that fire I used to have.
Think it could be lower testosterone?
What do you mean?
I was feeling the same way. After 40, the body has less testosterone, and men lose their edge. That's why I take Nugenix Total T2.
That's the testosterone booster, right?
Yes, but Total T2 is their brand new formula that skyrockets nitric oxide levels in as little as 3 hours. Since I started taking it, I've been lifting like when we played for Coach Carter. My energy is way up, and it even spiced up things between me and the missus.
Are they still giving out complimentary bottles?
Yep, just send a text.
Text CAR to 215215 for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T2, the next generation testosterone booster. Text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo X, our newest, most powerful fat burner ever, absolutely free. Text CAR to 215215. That's CAR to 215215.
These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
You're hanging out with the Sedano and Kap Morning Show.
By the way, speaking of tap it, go tap the like button, you mongrels.
Yeah, tap that like button, mongrels.
Let's go.
More Sedano and Kap right now.
Sedano Kap, 851. Quack, quack. We've got some breaking news here. Let's go to our breaking news update desk with Greg Bergman.
Thank you, Lindsay. According to Adam Schefter, the Chiefs and Rams are finished with the deal. The Rams and the Chiefs are in a deal for All-Pro cornerback Trent McDuffie to the Rams for a package that would include the 29th overall pick in the 2026 draft. The Rams still own the 13th pick in the draft. So cornerback Trent McDuffie is coming to the Rams. The Rams needed cornerback help.
McDuffie.
So that'll be interesting because McDuffie is excellent, and the Rams, to your point, are desperate for corner help, and you're not getting a better player than that at the 29th pick in the first round.
No, I mean, this is a kid. I'm just taking a look at some of the numbers on the young man, but 25-year-old kid. So, you know, you're talking about getting a guy very early in his career, and obviously you didn't have to be a general manager or a head coach to understand that the Rams secondary was the weakness of their defense last year. And so to go out and get a young kid like this, who, by the way, just taking a listen to this, George, St. John Bosco High School. Okay.
Yeah. Shouts out. Local kid.
Yeah.
Oh, was he born here? Yeah, was he born here?
Let's see here. I'm looking for that.
By the way, the full details, going to the Chiefs is pick number 29, a 5th, a 6th, and in 27, a 3rd.
Okay.
That's fine. Whatever.
I mean, he's
really good, man.
Listen,
He's
a dog. I'm just looking. I mean, just again, without knowing everything about this kid's career, 2-time Super Bowl champion with the Chiefs, All Pro in.
He's an Orange County kid, man.
Yeah, first team All Pro in 23, a second team All Pro. I mean, this guy was an All American at the University of Washington, and played obviously at the highest level of high school football, not in Southern California, literally in the country, playing at Bosco. So you're talking about a guy at 25 years old who's just coming into his prime and then gets the opportunity to come home.
Yeah.
What a great move by the Rams, and I'm sure for Trent McDuffie, he's probably stoked.
Yeah. And by the way, he was drafted 21st overall in his draft, so you're trading, you're getting, I think, good value for a guy like that, considering his ability. So, Wendy, real quick, is he still there?
Yeah, Wendy's here. Oh, Wendy's not going anywhere. Wendy's here for even Wacky Wednesday.
we're gonna make
in the
him stick
YouTube
around
hour.
People are
as long
calling
as
this
possible.
a blockbuster. That trade.
Oh, okay. I love it.
Really?
I love it because I wanted to get
name
more of your thoughts on. I want to get some Wendy football thoughts because I know Wendy's got a lot of football thoughts.
No, I know nothing about the NFL. Nothing.
He knows
I never heard this
college
guy's
football.
name
You
before.
do.
Yeah.
He knows a little bit about Premier League soccer, and that's football.
And he knows college football too. He follows college football.
I do. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Not as closely as you, George.
I mean, he's a Browns fan, so he doesn't. He's just like me. It's just
there
he
is
can't
that.
even watch it anymore.
Yeah, right.
It's rough.
No, but it's interesting. You say you don't know the name Trent McDuffie, and he's not a household name, even though the resume is really super impressive, especially for a kid who's so young. But you get drafted by the Chiefs, and the Chiefs are in the middle of their run, and now you've got these Super Bowl rings and these credentials that are attached to your name. And I'll just say this to you, Brian. If you don't feel like you know the kid, I can just tell you that the Rams this year, that was the heart. Look, they struggled in special teams. There's no doubt about it. They had field goals blocked. They had field goals missed. They wound up replacing their long snapper. They fired their special teams coordinator in like week 14.
Never good.
Yeah.
No, so special teams was a huge problem for the Rams this year. They gave up a punt return to the Seahawks when they had the Seahawks down by 16 points. This was in the second game in the regular season, second game that they played against the Seahawks up in Seattle. So special teams was a big problem for the Rams. But, George, would you concur that secondary was the number one problem?
Yeah, especially in game for sure. Like, because the special team stuff reared its ugly head at inopportune times, but that was a constant issue. Other than Quentin Lake, for the most part, and occasionally Cam Kitchens, the cornerback situation was rough. The safeties were okay, as I mentioned, but the cornerbacks were rough. Cappy, I do have something that was just delivered while I was gone during my meeting. Little bagel sandwich here. Look at this, little
oh my God,
avocado.
that looks so good. That looks like
Eggs,
scrambled egg,
everything
avocado,
bagel.
everything bagel.
And you know what else they sent me?
Tell me.
Potato latkes.
Oh, hey, listen, it's Purim, baby.
I know. Yeah.
So, listen, celebrate Purim. You got a little potato latke. You got an everything bagel.
Don't the Rams say bleep them picks?
Yes.
That
was a long time ago. Different now. Now they're good at the picks.
Yeah, but didn't they do that and win the Super Bowl?
They did.
This is a bleep them picks trade.
Well, it's like
right?
I think George is right. I mean, if this kid was drafted number 21 overall and you're giving up the number 29 pick, you're not getting a rookie cornerback in all likelihood at 29.
29, a fifth, a sixth, and a third. Like they traded 4 picks. For him.
Oh, that's
George's like Yep.
George is
fifth and sixth. Maybe you're getting a special teamer. The third, okay, I'll give you that.
All right. Well, I want to look into the details of this pick.
Well, while you do that, Cappy, we're going to switch over to Rich Eisen on the terrestrial side, and then we're going to go to the YouTube hour here with Windy Wednesday on Sedano Kap Morning Show on ESPN 710.
Hey, it's Chris Morales. This March, during Colorectal Cancer Awareness Month, our friends at Providence remind you that colorectal cancer often starts with no symptoms, but screening can save lives. If you're 45 or older, it's time to get screened. Providence brings together the best minds in cancer care, keeping you in the game with trusted, compassionate support. Take control of your health. Learn more at providence.org/SCA colonoscopy. Providence, caring with compassion in Southern California.
Why do we grill to order at Waba Grill? Because it's just better for you. Our Asian-inspired menu has high-quality proteins that are healthier for you. Like hormone-free chicken, ribeye steak, wild-caught salmon, and shrimp. Introducing our new Chili Crisp dumplings. A spicy twist on a Waba favorite. Bold, crunchy, and tossed, and fire. Chili Crisp. That's our new Chili Crisp dumplings. Get them today. Only at Waba Grill. It's for you.
Hey, it's Mace. If you love sports, you gotta see Cosm Los Angeles. Massive display, crystal clear picture and fans everywhere. Step inside the dome, wrap-around visuals, put you in the action. You want variety? The hall delivers live multi-view sports, no remote needed. Football, NBA, Premier League, UFC, all there. Then head out to the deck, a panoramic rooftop bar with craft cocktails and local favorites, sports, movies, date night, game night. Cosm does it all. Get tickets now at Cosm.com.
No!
It's just a golf lesson, champ. Loosen up.
I can't. See that Hyundai Santa Fe?
Yeah.
I only paid to
Finish up on your own. I gotta run.
Deal's so right, it almost feels wrong. The Hyundai Getaway Sales Event. Get 0% APR for 60 months, plus 0 payments for 90 days on the Hyundai Tucson, Tucson Hybrid, Santa Fe, or Santa Fe Hybrid. Now, during the Hyundai Getaway Sales Event. Hurry, offer ends March 31st. Call 562-314-4603 for details.
I'm Boomer Esiason. My mom died from cancer. She was only 37 years old. She didn't have life insurance, and that was devastating for my family. That's why having life insurance is so important to me. Ethos makes it fast and easy. Get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. You can get up to $3 million in coverage with no medical exam.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/play. That's ethos.com/play. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
Empower. After wanting one for years, Kevin is finally enjoying his new hot tub.
This is the life.
He worked with Empower to help him get good at money, so now he could be a little bad.
Oh, no, not my phone.
Oh, Kevin. Kevin's phone may be in hot water, but his finances aren't. Invest well, live a little. Start today at empower.com.
The home of Rams football, and now the home of The Rich Eisen Show. Weekdays 9 a.m. to noon, KSPN Los Angeles, a Good Karma Brands radio station.
Previously on the Sedano and Kap Morning Show.
Cappy, one of my favorite songs of all time, when they got together and sang All for Love,
man.
From the Three Musketeers soundtrack. Remember the Three Musketeers?
Yes.
That's kind of like you, me, and Sedano, but when Brian Windhorst is here, my Columbo brother,
right,
it becomes Windy, Cappy, and Sedano, which I'm okay with.
You are?
They are the Three Musketeers on Wednesdays. Good morning, Brian Windhorst.
Where would Brian Windhorst be in line at your wedding to dance with you?
To this song, Morales. I want to dance with you to this song.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
There you go.
Wow. We won't look each other in the eye.
It's Windy Wednesdays.
The Sedano and Kap Morning Show is on the air.
The biggest show in ESPN LA history.
A little sabor? Yeah, I don't think people like being called hacks.
You're the güero on the radio.
Giant Mexican, horn section.
Did you have me on your show to berate me? Is that what you're doing now?
Give me a freaking break.
I'm reacting to Art Bell.
Yeah? Oh, okay.
Amazing.
Do you want to do the Love Boat, or do you want me to do the Love Boat?
The Art, I don't even know what you're talking
about. No, here it is. Ready? Watch this. Watch this.
It's Windy Wednesdays.
Midnight in the desert. I'm Art Bell.
Scott Kaplan, eat a fat one, bro.
The Sedano and Kap Morning Show on 710 ESPN.
The all-new ESPN LA app and on YouTube at ESPN Los Angeles.
We're bigger than U.S. Steel.
Wow, that's crazy.
Well, you want to woo-woo?
Bit boy.
Monstrous.
Beto, I don't want to eat that.
We did it, Dad. We did it.
You were riding high on the stinger last time.
Oh, big time.
Right, that's right. Of course we were.
It's Windy Wednesdays on the Sedano and Kap Morning Show.
Yeah. Ding, doo, da, bop. Boom, dee, da, bop. Doom, da, da, bop. Check this out, Wendy.
Acapella is his future. Maybe his present.
9:02, and we got breaking news.
More?
No.
If you did not hear before, Adam Schefter reported that the Rams are in deal with the trade for Chiefs All-Pro cornerback Trent McDuffie, and they're sending out the first-round pick of number 29 first-round pick, a fifth round this year, a sixth round this year, and in 2027 a third-round pick. And breaking news on ESPN Radio is always brought to you by Valvoline Instant Oil Change, home of the 15-minute drive-through oil change. Visit SoCalOilChange.com for coupon and locations near you.
Wendy brought that up, but can you just, one more time, Greg, they give up the 29th pick this year, so a first-rounder.
First round, 29th pick, a fifth-rounder and a sixth-rounder this year, and then in 2027, a third-rounder.
Okay. I mean, Wendy, you brought up the Les Snead philosophy of F them picks. You have two first-rounders this year. You give up the late one, the 29th, and a fifth and a sixth-rounder. Those are guys that a lot of times, at least the Rams, they find gems in those later rounds. C. Puka Nakua, and even before that, Cooper Kupp. But they find those guys, but they just you get an all-pro cornerback, George. I mean, somebody who's a guy who can always cover the best receiver on the other team and take that player out of the game and force the action to the other side of the field. I mean, that's a no-brainer for a first, a fifth, and a sixth. For a team that is almost a complete roster before the season even starts.
Yeah, and the reality is you're in win-now mode. You are knocking at the door of winning a championship. You've got an aging quarterback who's playing great, off an MVP. You have to take advantage of that situation. So,
yeah, this is so different from how we look at NBA trades. So the first thing I would say is, what's his contract? And I'm looking at the reporting. Nobody says anything about his contract. And like, what's the Rams cap position? You know, because to me, like, this looks to me, I don't know anything about anything. It just looks to me like it's a cap move by the Chiefs to get off either paying him now or paying him soon. So like, you know, does he want a new contract? Like, that's like, these are the questions I have as an NBA.
Usually,
NBA
yes.
mind.
Yeah. No, it's a good question because
if he was drafted if he was drafted in 2021 or 2, I believe, then he should be up for a contract extension here shortly.
Anybody? We'll do a little research here. Can somebody do a little homework on
Rams? By the way, I could tell you the cap space.
Yeah.
Rams have $40 million in cap space. They're 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, the 8th most cap space in the league at the moment.
Okay, so that's a team that can do a trade where they're taking on money.
Right, and if they think, hey, look, we've got a 25-year-old kid who, by the way, we're bringing home. He's going to be a happy kid. He's coming home, gets to play in front of his hometown fans, his friends, his family, etc. We're going to get this kid from 25 years old to 30 years old, and we're going to get the true prime of his career. And by the way, we're going to pay a premium for a top-level, all-pro caliber cornerback. Great, you need it. You got the money to spend. You're bringing this kid home. It just seems to work for everybody.
And he's expected to sign a long-term deal, according to Adam Schefter. And so you assume that, that's what's going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, again, in the NFL,
and
in
the
the NBA,
Chiefs.
we would call this pre-agency, George.
There you go. Yes. And the Chiefs are $7 million over the cap going into this.
Who says I can't analyze NFL?
Very good. Very solid.
Look at that, Wendy. And the reality is they're also kind of in a little bit of a gap year because of Mahomes not being available to start the season.
Right.
And by the way, you just did, Wendy, what I always do in reverse. In other words, every time George tells me something NBA related, I always say, well, let me give you a comparison to the NFL.
There you go.
Right.
Listen,
and then
I respect it, man.
And then
the NFL
everybody's-
drives the bus.
Right. And then everybody's like, Kaplan's just nothing but a football meathead. He doesn't know anything about basketball. He has to, do everything with football. It's pretty much true. But what you just did was beautiful because you heard of the NFL thing and then you put on your NBA analyst hat and you turned it
That's
into
all I
an
can
NBA
do. I
thing.
can't analyze it from a football standpoint, but it sounded like a cap move because obviously you're going to have to pay the 29th pick, significant contract, bonus. So now you can give it to this guy.
Yeah, and you don't need your fifth and your sixth.
To your point about the F them picks for Les Snead, since 2017, they've traded their first-round pick every single year except in 2024 when they got Jared Verse.
Mm-hmm. And this year they still
Well, last year they traded down.
Yeah, they traded to the
That's
Falcons.
a little different.
Right.
Yeah.
And they've got, 12 or 13 now up in the
They have 13.
13, yeah.
Yeah. Now let me ask you a question.
Mm.
Because they did the win now move with the corner, because we assumed they were going to take a corner in the draft because there's some good corners in this draft. Particularly the kid from LSU, Mansour Delane, who's probably now going to go in the top 10, so he's probably going to be just out of their reach. But do you do the thing that we talked about with Evan Cohen yesterday if you're the Rams? Now that you've done the win now move thing by trading for a guy like McDuffie, do you take Ty Simpson at 13?
I
the
don't.
Quarterback of the future.
I do not. We were having this conversation, Wendy, about, Stafford's going to be 38 or is 38. And how much longer does he really have? I mean, look, Brady played till 45. Breeze played till 41. Rodgers is 41. So, maybe we're overestimating Stafford's durability because he's been hurt a lot in his career, meaning that, maybe he has more than just this year. Maybe he has 2 or 3 more years. So we've been kind of battling back and forth. Do you take a quarterback in the first round who is your quarterback of the future? I'm of the opinion that you do everything you can do to maximize what you have left of Matthew Stafford's career. So, George, for me, I'm holding that, and I'll tell you what I'm taking. Now, you may say best available player. For me, I'm looking offensive line. They just had Rob Havenstein retire, who had a great career as a Rams offensive lineman. To me, you win with offensive line. So I'm not drafting a quarterback. I'm in win now mode. I'm not in build for the future mode. I'm looking to protect Matthew Stafford, not eventually replace Matthew
George,
Stafford.
how tall is Ty Simpson? Because this has entered my world because the crazy Browns are thinking about taking a quarterback, and he's in there. How tall is he?
I believe 6'2", 2 something. Let me double check
Yeah,
on
I'm
that.
looking at it
Cappy,
also. Yeah,
I want a tall quarterback.
I understand. I do. I get it. I mean, Shador's not very tall, right? Dylan Gabriel's a peanut.
Absolutely. I went to one Browns game this year.
Yeah.
And here was my analysis through one quarter. Dylan Gabriel started the game. The punter was taller than the quarterback.
Yeah.
Not ideal.
No.
Yeah.
Tyson
6'1", 211 he measured at the combine, Wendy.
It's funny you
So
say
not
that.
super tall.
No, 6'1", 211 is not the height you're talking about.
Borderline. But
yeah.
I honestly, like many Browns fans, went out on Baker because I was tired of seeing him get the ball batted down at the line. I mean, obviously there are outlier guys, Drew Brees, Hall of Famer. I want my quarterback to be, honestly, I want to be like 6'4".
Yeah, no, I get it.
I
know. And the funny thing is that George just mentioned that he was measured at the combine at 6'1", 211.
6'1" and a quarter. Yeah.
And they list him, like when he was at Alabama, they list him at 6'2".
Of course.
Yeah. And then with his cleats on, he gets the 6'2" and a half, but on concrete. So, so I
don't know if there's a certain height. I just know from watching football, the guy's either tall enough or not. And in the NFL, the linemen, the defensive linemen in the NFL, like the athletes that they have on the defensive line in the NFL, my God.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, can I tell you a story?
Yeah, go.
Are we in story time?
Yeah, we are.
George, can I tell you a story?
Yeah, for sure.
So I don't remember what year it was because I'm not an NFL expert, but they used to bring in, what year did Myles Garrett get drafted? What, it was like 2017, 2018?
Yeah, that sounds right.
Okay. So they used to bring the, the week of the draft, they would bring like 4 or 5 first round type picks up to Bristol and do the car wash.
Mm-hmm.
And I was going to Bristol a lot. And so this one day, it was like, in the spring, it was like getting near the playoffs, and the draft picks were in. And they were in the green room and they were hanging out. And the Browns had the number 1 pick. And Myles Garrett was there. And, I'm all about getting to know Myles Garrett. And he likes the NBA. In fact, he's a part owner of the Cavs. And so I am talking with Myles Garrett. We have like 2 20-minute conversations while he's going in and out of shows. And I'm like, we're talking about which side of Cleveland he should live on. And, what we're talking about the NBA. It's great. I am getting to know Myles Garrett. This is going to be a Brown. This is going to be great. And there's another guy in the room, and he's sitting like in a chair across the room, and he's trying to talk basketball. And I have this tendency, if you ever see me doing this, George, please tell me, where if I don't want to talk to somebody, I'll like literally almost turn my shoulder. I'm like, this is an AB conversation. I'm talking with Myles Garrett. I am not talking with you. And this guy, is talking about how he's a Mavericks fan.
Mm-hmm.
And, about this, whatever. And I was like, yeah. I'm talking with Myles Garrett about the Browns. Patrick Mahomes.
Oh!
I'm like, who is this guy?
Wow.
Who is this guy?
Who's this kid?
I don't know who this guy is.
Who's this kid with the hair? Yo, what's up with that hairdo, kid?
Was he like, I'm a Dallas Mavericks fan?
Like, I'm not saying I ignored him, Lindsay. I am saying I was definitely rude to him.
Oh, man.
You'll regret that later, buddy.
Yeah, right. I mean, he probably watches you on TV right now, Wendy, and he's like, that freaking
He's
Wendy.
like, that guy blew me off.
Seriously,
In the green room.
Yeah, big time by Wendy.
Not
Can
a
you
fan
get
of
me?
He'll watch it tonight
Excuse me, sir. Can you get me
NBA.
a Diet Coke? Thank you.
Oh, man.
He'll watch it tonight on Countdown and be like, that Wendy. I remember when he blew me off talking to Myles Garrett.
Myles Garrett is now engaged to, what's the young lady's
Chloe
name?
Kim.
The Olympian. I saw her say the other day that when she first met him, she thought he was like some famous DJ or something.
Yeah, because she misheard when she was introduced to him. She thought he was like Miles Gatar or something like that. He has a similar name to a famous DJ.
He does not
Martin
look like
Garrix.
a DJ.
Martin Garrix. There we go.
But
and
Martin
then
Garrix.
they started talking, and she was like, "Oh, wait, you're not a DJ."
In all reality, I don't know how anybody ever blocks him.
Yeah, I mean,
And so that's
seriously.
what you're going up against every single week. You're going up against these supreme. Obviously, I know that there's some wide receivers who can run 4.3, and but like the guys who like jaw drop me are like those defensive linemen, and linebackers, and those are the guys you got to deal with.
Yeah.
And I need my quarterback to be able to deal with that. Is what I'm saying.
I'm always fascinated by the defensive linemen who are 6'5" and like 350, and they're just big, but like they can move. listen, Aaron
Like,
Donald.
Have you ever hung out with Marcus Spears?
I've never hung out with Marcus Spears.
This guy,
that's a big brother right there.
This guy is look at his two kids. There's one kid's like a 5-star basketball recruit, and his daughter is doesn't he have two daughters who are volleyball stars? Like, you look at this guy, like he's the size of Kendrick Perkins. Well, he's not quite as tall as Perkins. He's the size of Kendrick Perkins, but he runs like 4'6".
Yeah.
Or he did, maybe not anymore.
No, but these guys, look, Aaron Donald. I'm sorry, Perk. Aaron Donald was different, right? Aaron Donald was short, compact, thick.
But a major athlete.
Right.
A major athlete.
And six-pack. But you look at some of these.
He's staring at me right now.
Yeah, you look at these defensive linemen, 6'5", 350, big bellies, and you go, man, how can they move like that? But carrying that amount of weight is critical to their position. And what makes them so incredibly athletic is you're carrying this extra, call it 50 or 60 pounds because you need it right now. But when you see it jiggling all over the place, you're like, how can that guy move that way? They're incredible. The defensive linemen who are that big and heavy. And by the way, offensive linemen too, because you used to look at a guy like Andrew Whitworth. Andrew Whitworth is like 6'8", 320, but he's also ripped and lean at that weight.
Man, the line play, just from when not to sound like an old man, just from when I was a kid, like, I'm just saying, you got your quarterback that's got to deal with that.
Mm-hmm.
And, Baker Mayfield had one great year with the Browns, but like 3/4 of his plays, he was rolling out because they knew they had to get him out.
Yeah.
And he was being very successful using half the field. I want my quarterback to have the whole field. That's all I'm saying.
And Breeze was different. And
maybe Ty Simpson will go
we
to
don't
Hall
want
of Fame.
Ty Simpson, Brian. That's a no. We don't want him.
Thank you. That's what I'm saying.
If you're the Cleveland Browns, do you really want to draft another
No,
quarterback?
Deshaun Watson is going to start. That's what's going to happen.
No, Deshaun Watson.
You want to bet?
Really?
You want to bet?
You think
I would
so?
put money on it.
Really?
I think she's
that
right.
what?
Deshaun Watson's going to start.
Deshaun Watson is going to start?
Yeah.
I think she's right.
You think that Deshaun
They're paying
Watson?
him all that money. He's supposedly
might as well,
healthy.
yeah.
You might as well give him a look and see what you got because you're going to pay him anyway.
I don't disagree with that, by the way.
He was really good the last time he played. I know it's been a while, but
I don't know about really good, but
they beat Baltimore.
But the last time he played, I'm just trying to think. I think of him as getting hurt in Denver.
No, he got hurt in the Baltimore game.
Was this 2 seasons ago?
Yes, it was not this past season.
Oh, right. It was the Denver game was when he hurt his shoulder.
Yes.
He hurt his shoulder. Remember, he came to the Browns played in L.A. They played the Rams.
Correct.
Joe Flacco made his first start in that game.
Yep.
And
how tall is Joe Flacco?
Like 6'6".
Thank you.
Yeah.
6'7".
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't mean to be reductive. I really don't mean to be that way. And by the way, like saying goodbye to Baker Mayfield hurt the Browns. So I'm being.
Yeah, no, it didn't because he wouldn't have been that same player. But we don't need to have that discussion
I'm just
right
saying.
now.
I want a tall quarterback.
I understand. Listen,
sorry.
Flacco's 6'6". Peyton Manning's legit 6'6". Tom Brady 6'4". But then you get a guy like Kyler Murray who's 5'9", and everybody's like, oh, but he's a world-class athlete. Yeah, he can run.
Oh, he just is about to get cut. So.
Well, yeah, they're about to release him today in Arizona.
Would you bring him in as a backup?
With the Rams?
Mm-hmm.
I would not. Completely different style of play from Stafford, and McVay's offense is built for a Stafford-type quarterback, and before that, it was a Goff-type quarterback. I'm not saying a pure traditional drop-back pocket passer, but more in that vein and less about the athletic quarterback. So the offense...
Yeah, ideally, you want to be able to play the same way no matter who's back.
In an ideal world, right.
Yeah.
That would be,
even I know this, George.
Yeah, so... But Kyler Murray, George, I'm looking to see, like, could he possibly go to, like, a place like Pittsburgh, for example? Because...
Here we go.
Because Mike McCarthy had a guy like Dak Prescott, and I'm not saying Dak Prescott is that sort of athlete, but he's got moves. He can move. He can run the ball. Would Mike McCarthy be able to use a guy like Kyler Murray for a period of time? He doesn't have anybody behind him that plays that sort of style. Would Miami, who's going to probably get rid of Tua, would they have interest in a Kyler Murray?
No, I think the Dolphins are going to go after like they like the kid from the backup from Green Bay because all the Green Bay guys are there now.
Okay, yeah, that seems
Malik
to work.
Willis.
Oh, yeah. Okay, all right. Well, all of this, by the way, is we're having this conversation because
I am in the deep end of the pool trying not to drown.
No, you're fine. You're fine. But, hey, George, listen, Wendy's telling us this story about being in the green room, and Myles Garrett is there, right? And, last year, Wendy, when Myles Garrett was putting out his, thing that he don't want to play for the Browns anymore, he wants to get traded, whatever, he winds up coming to a Laker game.
Yeah.
And he comes to our 710 ESPN LA suite. And what a sweetheart of a guy he is. I mean, we wound up spending a good couple of minutes there that night chatting.
He is a great guy.
Super sweet guy. The thing about the 710 suite is this, George, and I talked to Wendy last night because we ran into each other in the media dining hall at the Laker game. I said, Wendy, you going to come up to the 710 suite? Nah, I got work to do. I'm going to go back to the hotel. You have no idea what you missed last night.
Was Myles Garrett there?
Myles Garrett was not there.
Oh.
But
I thought
George,
you were going to say he was, and I was going to be like, what? Why didn't you tell me?
No, George, I have a new best friend.
Oh, Jesus.
No, don't, Jesus.
Was it Patrick Mahomes?
It was not Patrick Mahomes.
It was not Patrick Mahomes.
It was not Patrick Mahomes. George, I have a brand new BFF who was in the 710 suite last night, and I'll tell you who it is.
Shot go! Denis. Denny! We love you, Denny! It's 2-1!
Oh, Dave, so good.
Dave Delhomme does such a great job as the LAFC announcer. And so, George, last night I'm in the suite, and Denis Bouanga is in there with his wife and his two beautiful kids, and he's kind of wearing sweats, and he's sort of chilled out, and I'm looking at this brother going, who is this guy? He's a good-looking guy. He's got kind of cool hair, earrings, tats. This guy's a good-looking dude. He looks at me. I look at him. We make eye contact. I give him a little, what's up, bro, kind of thing. Next thing I know, we're like engaged in this deep conversation. I'm like, I'm not sure, but I kind of think this is Denis Bouanga. I'm not 100% positive who it is. And hey, man, nice to talk to you. Okay, fine. He goes back to his wife and his kids. I immediately go to my phone. I'm like, I got to look this guy up. And I look up Denis Bouanga for the LAFC. I'm like, that's who this is.
And you're like, oh, that's him?
Yeah.
Right.
So now I'm like, now I got to go talk to him for round 2. So we wind up having a very interesting conversation.
Because now he knows you know.
You think he said to his wife,
I
got to find out who this guy is.
Yeah, right. He's going, I don't know who this guy is, but I think he's kind of a nice guy, this guy. He's very interested in me. And so, George, we wind up getting into a conversation. Now, Wendy, you're a fan of Premier League soccer, right? Is my understanding you actually like the Premier League. George, I had an interesting conversation with Denis Bouanga last night. And by the way, George, I used my technique when trying to get somebody to say, hey, let's stay in touch with each other. I used my technique. And so remember I told you my technique? What I told you about was how I get somebody's phone number?
Go ahead.
Okay, so here's what I do, Wendy. I'll say to somebody else.
I don't remember.
Like Denis, I said to Denis last night, I go, hey, have you ever heard our announcer go crazy screaming your name? And he's like, well, no, not really. I'm like, well, you need to hear this.
I'll text it to you.
Yeah, so I'll text it to you. So I said, just here, I'll text you my contact info, and then this way you'll have my contact info. Now, once they have my contact info, of course, I have their contact info. So last night I'm texting with Briones and Mario. And I said, hey, Mario.
Hey, send me the Dave Denholm, Denis screaming.
I need Denis. We love you, George. Denis. Right. And so I get a text. The exact soundbite that you just heard. We'll play it again. Denis, we love you. Denis.
Shot go! Denny! We love you, Denny! It's 2-1!
So I text the audio file to Denis. He winds up getting back to me. He's like, oh, man, this is so cool. I love this. I appreciate you sending this to me, whatever. So now Denis is actually in my phone, George. We're BFFs.
Right.
And I said to him, you got to come on the show. And he said to me, he goes, I don't think I should come on the show because my English isn't that good. I'm like, bro, your English is fine. You know, he's French. And
right. No, I know. Yeah.
Well, I mean,
Hence Denis.
Well, I mean, somebody could have called him Denise. And
I mean, that was kind of a dead giveaway.
Right? And so
I mean,
I told him, I go, part of
and he has played internationally for Gabon, I believe.
Right. I go, you're
a Central African country.
I said, part of your charm is the sound of this accent and the way you speak English, which he speaks really, really well. So he said, yes, I will absolutely come on the show. We're connected. We're BFFs now. But here's one part.
You know what we should do with him?
Tell me.
He'll talk to us in English, but we should do a thing at the end where you try to talk to him in French. Like he'll grade how poorly or how well you speak French. Like we'll give you sentences to say in French.
I will write a bunch of questions. I will put them into Google Translate, and I will say, translate this from English to French, and then I will read phonetically in English the French and see how it actually goes. But we had an interesting conversation last night.
Victor for 3. We win.
He's a big Wemby fan,
Naturally.
as you might imagine.
Yeah.
But here's the thing.
yeah, of course.
Here was the one sportsy question that I asked Denis last night. I go, hey, let me ask you. I go,
You know what? Did you say to him, "Je m'appelle Scott"?
I did not say je m'appelle Scott. I did not. I said mi nombre.
Not Scott.
No,
it's
mi
your
nombre.
name, bro.
I said mi nombre es Scott. Right. So I tried in Spanish. He didn't understand a word I was saying. But I did have one really interesting sports conversation with Denis Bouanga last night. And Wendy, you'll love this because you're a Premier League fan, right?
Yeah.
I said, hey, let me ask you. You came over to MLS. You had so much success with LAFC. Like, as a player, can you tell the difference or feel the difference between MLS soccer and Premier League or international, soccer that is considered to be a higher level of soccer? And his answer was, I thought, really, really fascinating. He said, yes, I can feel the difference as a player on the field. And I said, why, though? What makes it so different? And he said, do you have any guess, by the way, what he would say to something like that?
Well, as a viewer, I can tell the difference.
Okay. So as a viewer, you can tell skill, speed.
The speed and the speed is a massive difference, in my humble opinion.
George, you have any guess on what's the difference between MLS and call it Premier League, for argument's sake, that he says as a player he feels on the field? Can you any guess at all?
Oh, I would say the intensities of the beyond the speed, right? If it's not that, and Brian's already alluded to it, that would have been my first guess. I'd say just the atmospheres.
Okay, so his answer was, which I thought was super interesting, the pressure. And I said, what do you mean by the pressure? And he said,
well, you could feel the pressure of the Premier League and those Bundesliga and La Liga and those things very much so. Yes, for sure.
He said but I wasn't sure what he was talking about. I said, the pressure, what exactly do you mean? He goes, well, in Europe, when you play soccer, every game is life and death.
Matters, yeah.
Because you could get relegated. And if you lose and you get relegated to a lower level, getting back to the highest level is very, very hard to do. So the pressure on the players on the field at the time, you feel that pressure. Whereas in MLS, because we've Americanized it, if you will, right? In MLS, if you don't make the playoffs and you finish in dead last place, okay, we didn't have a good season. No big deal. We'll come back. We'll try it again next year. But there's no consequence for not being good. Whereas in these other leagues, there is. And I don't know about you, Wendy. I thought that was a fascinating answer.
Well, you're hitting me hard here because my team, Tottenham Hotspur, is having their worst season in decades and is actually in danger of being relegated for the first time in decades.
Oh, wow.
And by the way, like a lot of their players have like 50% reductions in their contracts if they get relegated. Now, the best players will just force their trade and they'll stay in the Premier League. But, if you're a middle level player, you're looking at a 50% pay cut or whatever, a big percentage. So, yeah. The thing about when I watch the games, called by the English announcers, which is crazy, is that a goal will happen. Let's say it's in the 50th minute. So there's, 40 minutes left in the game. They'll start beginning to speak as if the game is going to end 1-0. Like, it's so funny the way, and I think the fans contribute, that too. Like, they give up a goal and it's like, oh my God. In basketball, even if you get down 15 points, the game's not over. But like, oh my God, we're screwed. Everything's over. We're down 1-0. And then vice versa, if you score, it's like, oh my God. That's why you see these explosions for these goals, because even if there's plenty of time, and even if the average game maybe has 2.5, 3, 4 goals, the reaction and the passion that results in each individual goal. But the one thing I like about soccer that I respect so much about it is that there's no stoppages. Because there's very little scoring, the fans have to be involved in the nuances of the game. So, like, if there's a very expertly delivered pass or a player makes a really great run, even if it results in nothing, the fans they reward the player with applause and stuff, even for something that's a failure. And that's not something we would do here. Like, obviously, there would be oohs and ahs if there was a great pass, but you don't appreciate a pass unless it leads to a score necessarily. So I like the nuance of the game. The other thing that I hated when I first watching proper football, as I call it, that I now appreciate is, the clock doesn't stop. And so there's like this indeterminate amount of stoppage time. Like the half ends and they go up, there's 4 minutes. And then at some places in England, they don't even put the stoppage time. Some places they do, but some places they don't even put it up. They just go, it's 4 minutes. And you see the fans like pull out their iPhones and hit 4 because they don't even keep track of it. And maybe it's 4, maybe it's 5, and the referee kind of just decides. And sometimes if a team is like on a run, like having a chance to score, even though the time runs out, they let them try.
Mm-hmm.
That, as an American, that drives me. It initially drove me crazy, but now I appreciated it because the inexactitude is part of the nuance of the game. And so it's hard to tell an American, no, just watch 1,000 hours of it and you'll appreciate this. But I did that, and I now do appreciate that about the game. And so, but when I watch the MLS, it's a significant step down than what I'm used to watching.
Wow.
But that doesn't mean it can't be a great sport to take in. And I know LAFC is like built a great fan base.
Yeah.
No, but Brian, sorry.
No, Brianna, I wanted to hear you.
No, but Brian, like, when it comes to the MLS, like you see the growth. Like you go to LAFC game and 32-52, they're going the whole game. Also, like the intensity of these games, it is growing. And I believe the fact that, what makes it grow is guys like Son, he used to play for Tottenham, guys like Messi buying into the league. That really helps the league, grow.
Even if these players who are great, well-known, famous international players come to the MLS sort of at the end of their career.
I mean, I would just say that Son scored more goals for LAFC in his first 2 weeks than he had the entire last season.
He did.
Just to be clear, like I respect him. He obviously follows it much more than I do. I'm just saying, like, it was a step down. All of a sudden, he started.
But also, when Zlatan came here for the Galaxy, they asked him, like, "Hey, what's the difference between?" Obviously, he's like, "Well, yeah, the speed and all that stuff." But something you don't consider is the travel between state to state.
Oh my God!
Also, playing
talked about
way more travel.
Yeah,
way more
that.
travel.
He's like, dude, he goes, the hardest part for me is that when you play in Europe, you'll get on a plane and in an hour or two you're where you're supposed to be. But when you're in MLS and you got to fly to New York or Miami or Orlando or Dallas, he's like, the travel is so much harder because it's so much longer in the MLS because you're traveling cross country.
And the weather, like you could be playing like they've played in snow in Denver, like you know what I mean, like and then you go play in I don't know, Texas, and it's hotter than in Denver. It's just the travel and the weather changes.
And the weather in Europe, they play the the football season during the winter. You know, I mean, it's but they do that because they don't get the extreme weather that we have here.
Yeah.
So that is definitely a thing. Like the MLS season is going on right now, but like they could get 6 inches of snow in Denver tonight. I mean, that's
and
the
they
way
have
it
to
goes.
play it.
Well, and that's why they're changing the MLS schedule, right, to be
They are next year.
more in sync with the world's calendar.
Yeah.
So.
Briones, you've had a lot of experience around LAFC. And I found Denis last night. Again, we're in a more of a private situation. You know what I mean? You don't have people kind of pulling on him. In fact, truth be told, I don't think anybody in the suite really knew who he was. No, I'm not joking. George,
you just happened to stumble upon him.
I swear to you, it's totally true. In fact, there were some partners that were there, and they're like, hey, who is that guy you're talking to? And I'm like, that is the star of the LAFC. Not like he's a player on LAFC. He's the star of LAFC. Have you had a lot of interaction? Because he's a sweetheart of a guy.
Yeah, so I covered his first game here. Like, I've covered him since he's been here. And I've been lucky enough to be in the locker room with them. And, when they won the championship, so he's like spraying champagne. And I go up to him with the camera. I'm like, hey, you're a champion. So he's pointing at his finger. Yeah, the ring. And my latest interaction with him was when Messi was here 3 weeks ago. They played at the LA Coliseum. And he swapped jerseys with Messi.
Amazing.
So I go up to him. I'm like, hey, man, is that Messi's jersey? He's like, yeah. And I'm like, can you show it to me? He's like, no.
Hell
why?
No. Yeah.
But it was just
he's not bringing that out.
Yeah. No, but he's a cool dude to be around, and he just signed an extension to 2028. So it's good to have him around.
Well, any idea what kind of money a superstar in MLS makes? Like if he signed this extension, you have any idea?
No, to be honest with you,
love to know. I'd love to know what kind of money those dudes make. Just because I'm nosy like that is really more than I mean, no other reason than that. George, so what do you think? Should we bring? I think we bring Denis on. All right, George.
Yeah.
George agrees.
I think we absolutely bring him on.
I think 100%. 100%. All right.
And I do think that you have to talk to him in French at the end.
Totally agreed.
Your French.
Totally agreed. In fact, I will even practice. I'm not going to just.
Are you working on French?
I'm not.
Oh,
George knows a little French from when he went to Paris, right? Remember, you knew like
Yeah, but I mean. Years
champagne.
ago, I don't remember almost anything.
He knew champagne.
Listen, I in a crazy situation, I
champagne.
have spent 6 or 7 weeks.
6, 7.
6 or 7, maybe even longer. God, maybe like 8 weeks in Paris in the last 3 years. I'd never gone, and then like for a 3-year span because of Wembanyama and the Olympics, I spent months in France.
Mm-hmm.
And first off, I had nothing but great experiences because there was people said stuff about the French You get in Japan, they don't want you there. In France, maybe they get annoyed by you, but I was treated wonderfully in Paris at every time. And you don't need to speak French. You need, parlez-vous anglais? Merci, and you're fine. And I'm going to tell you something else. With the subway system and Uber, getting around that city is 0.0 problem. 0%.
What about the traffic? I was there and the traffic was not you could
You're
not move.
complaining about the traffic?
Yes. In fact, I even said, Denis and I talked about this last night. Which traffic is worse, Paris or LA? We actually had that conversation. He said LA. I said Paris.
Well, I will say that if you come in from Charles de Gaulle Airport at the wrong time, it can be painful. But the same could be said about LAX. So
fair point.
But I, not endorsing Paris as a destination, boy, that's going out on a limb. But I have nothing but positive things to say. And as an English, just as an English speaker, if you're going to speak one language, repugnant as it is that we don't speak multiple languages, especially here in Southern California where so many people are bilingual. If you are going to speak one language, as somebody who's gone from Beijing to Shanghai to Manila to Paris to wherever, it's English. If you've got a smartphone in English and you're in a significant city in the world, things are going to be okay.
All right.
That's what I have to say.
I'm glad you're telling me.
But Denis, you should still try to impress him.
Oh, I'm going to impress him. Yeah. I'm going to. I'm definitely going to.
Before we leave, can we give some love to Denis and Dave? One more highlight?
Sure.
Yeah.
Noah Allen, early crossing, headed away strong by Porteous to Son. Son knocks it down there. Soignier out wide. Tillman, long ball down the middle. Denis trying to make a run. Sinclair comes off his line. Denis heads it around. Sinclair in the air. And Denis finishes it up. Oh, it's a goal. Take a flip and then a bound. Denis Bouanga. It's 2-0. Jump for LA Football Club. Denis. Long ball out of midfield. Bouanga got there before St. Clair. Headed it around the stranded keeper and slotted it home. Denis Bouanga with his first. LAFC's second. It's 2-0 at the Coliseum.
And we'll never have a John Ireland call
minute,
like that.
And Inter Miami look messy with a Y tonight.
Messy with a Y. That's great.
So LAFC FC Dallas this Saturday at 7:30.
Yeah, and they beat Miami 3-0 at the Coliseum. That was the
3-0.
second goal. 3-0. Please pardon me. George, you were saying. I don't know what George. I think I hear George chewing.
He's eating the bagel.
I am.
Yeah, he's eating the bagel.
Yeah.
I hear the everything. I hear the crunch of the everything.
I finished the latke right now.
Oh, good. Oh, that
was the latke.
Nice crunchy latke, by the way.
George,
That's
was
it.
that
bagel was gone?
Was that room service or was that they don't, what's the service in New York?
Uber Eats.
Oh, Uber Eats.
Yeah, Uber Eats, and then they brought it up the people
look
in
at
the
you.
lobby
I don't get
brought
that
it
kind of service.
What a guy. Wow. Got the bagel and the latke. You're in New York. Why the hell not? Georgie, when we come back, how about a little Lindsay segment with Wendy in the house?
Oh, I love it. Yeah, let's do it.
Because it is a
George
wacky
is going
Wednesday.
into the other latke right now.
Yeah,
he's like whatever, just go.
No,
to
that's
break.
it. I'm done.
George, you get some applesauce to dip it in?
No applesauce. That's it. It's all done.
You know, I went to Langer's
all
yesterday.
crumpled up. It's all
Oh,
good.
really?
Yeah.
Very jealous.
All right, the Lindsay segment when we get back.
On all
Sedano
scales.
Kap.
Yeah, I'm with you.
This is the Sedano and Kap Morning Show.
Focus Features presents the film Hamnet from director Chloe Zhao and producers Steven Spielberg and Sam Mendes. The AFI hails. Hamnet lifts the audience high above humanity. And now the Golden Globe winner for Best Picture of the Year has been nominated for 8 Academy Awards, including Best Actress Jessie Buckley and Best Picture of the Year. Hamnet, our stories live forever. Rated PG-13. May be inappropriate for children under 13. Now playing in theaters everywhere.
It's Windy Wednesdays. Mason and Ireland, the biggest show on the radio.
If I have a fourth grader and I'm bringing them to the game, how do you explain that to them? What's going on, Dad? What is Magic City? How do I get there?
Okay,
Sounds
this
nice.
is a dance club in Atlanta for adults.
Oh.
You cannot go.
What happens there,
Until
Dad?
you are older. They dance. Lou Williams says they have the best wings in the country.
Wow.
You want to try the rings, little Jimmy?
Mason and Ireland, weekdays at noon on 710 ESPN, the ESPN LA app, and on YouTube.
The Sedano and Kap Morning Show, presented by Call Jacob and Jacob Emrani.
The new phone number, 800-345-6789.
My guy, your guy, Cappy's guy, the great Jacob Emrani.
800-345-6789. With a new phone number, 800-345-6789.
Are you ready, kids?
Aye, aye, Captain!
I can't hear you!
Aye, aye, Captain!
Oh! Who lives in a pineapple under the sea?
SpongeBob SquarePants!
Absorbent and yellow and porous is he.
SpongeBob SquarePants!
If nautical nonsense be something you wish.
SpongeBob SquarePants!
9:39. Quack, quack.
Quack, quack.
Sedano Kap Morning Show. You know, we like to play a TV theme when we do the Lindsay segment. So today we're playing SpongeBob SquarePants because that show came out on this day back in 2021, the movie. SpongeBob movie. I just saw the newest SpongeBob movie in the movie theater when I was home, when I was in Cleveland for my break, and it was actually quite entertaining. I was surprised. I enjoyed it quite a bit. So SpongeBob, a lot of jokes for the parents.
What else was on the options for that evening?
Oh, well, the other option was
what other films might have been available that night?
I had to take my nephew.
Oh, okay.
So you know, it was a kids movie. It was between that, and then I took him to see Marty Supreme because he's obsessed with Tyler the Creator, and he was in it. So, but SpongeBob was actually quite funny. It was dumb, but it was funny.
Does SpongeBob have a certain sandwich that he likes down below the sea?
Yeah, Krabby Patties.
Krabby Patty, bro.
Yeah, Krabby Patties. Because me and Bergie yesterday, we were all in on this Jimmy John's. We couldn't get away from it.
So good.
We had no choice. We had to go do it.
We talked about it so much on the show yesterday, we had to walk up.
Right, we did. So we
Nice
got
little
it.
walk, too.
It was a nice walk, and it was a great sandwich. I told you there's a lot of hot chicks in that Jimmy John's, too, right?
Yeah, there's a lot.
Weird. It's like all these hot chicks.
You predicted they would be there?
Well, I told these guys, I go, people who eat at Jimmy John's are addicted to it, and they go every day. And
So you like Norm on Cheers when you walk in?
like I walk in, and the guy behind the counter, I said, I asked him what his name was, and he said, just call me Jimmy John. so I do, and I walk in, I'm like, yo, JJ, what up, man? And there's all these hot chicks in there. These all in business outfits, and they're all coming from office buildings, and they go in, They're addicted to Jimmy John.
Yeah, they were whispering to us.
Now,
Oh my God, that's Cappy.
ask
Look,
Brian
that's
if
Cappy.
you know if this is. Give him a true or false on what you told us yesterday about Jimmy John's.
Which part?
The phrase.
Oh, okay. Do you know at Jersey Mike's, if you want it a certain way, do you know what to say it?
No, I don't know this.
You don't. It's Mike's way.
Okay.
So that's like with the juice, and that's with the all the seasoning on
All the
top of it,
fixins,
all of
as
it.
they
Right.
say it.
Right.
Yeah.
At Jimmy John's, if you walk in and you want like all their peppers and onions and all this other.
I don't want that.
Okay,
Go
well,
ahead.
if you did,
Go ahead.
you tell them, yo, Jimmy it up. That's what you tell them. You tell them, Jimmy it up. And that is the acceptable phraseology inside of a Jimmy John's.
Okay.
Okay. So just
So like when they ask you for your order, do they then say, "Do you want it jimmied"?
No. Oh,
you have
no.
to
No,
know.
you have-
it's like
you
a
got-
secret
right.
deal.
Like,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
like a
in
secret
and out.
handshake.
I
Right.
get it.
Yes.
The not so secret
Right.
deal.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Exactly.
it's like In-N-Out, right? Like you got all those other secret menu items that they have.
See, here's my problem. I like stuff relatively plain.
Yeah.
So that does nothing for me.
Well, it turns out yesterday I intended to Jimmy it up. I don't think I said Jimmy it up, or the guy screwed up and didn't Jimmy it up. And honestly, I thought it was great because it was super simple. Really great. The Turkey Tom. I got to introduce you to Turkey Tom.
Football sometimes can be simple.
It was a simple sandwich.
All right, and the Lindsay segment, as usual, is brought to you by Hernandez Wholesale Flooring. If you're in the market for new flooring, shop at Hernandez Wholesale Flooring, where every day is a deal, no gimmicks. Call 866-62-FLOOR or go to hernandezwholesaleflooring.net. No sale beats wholesale. Homeboy. All right, so
Fight on, homeboy.
That sounds like Mace.
Bring a bucket and a mop.
Homeboy. Now, so do you guys want to play a Wacky Wednesday game, or you want to do regular Lindsay segment? It's up to you.
Whatever you want to do.
My vote is wacky.
Wacky?
What is Wendy's vote?
I'm afraid.
Have you guys ever played Catchphrase?
Catchphrase.
Catchphrase is a handheld game where it has a word on it, and it's kind of like hot potato.
Right.
So it just gives you one word, for example, moon landing. And I have to try and explain the word moon landing to you guys and make you guess it without saying moon landing.
Oh, I love this game.
But with this...
She has a taser. in
It's
her
not
hand.
a taser.
Wait, what do
The
you
game is called Fraser Tase. So it is a version of Catchphrase, just as I explained. However, when you're holding it, if you don't get it, it's like hot potato. If you don't get it right and you've got it in your hand when the buzzer goes off, then you're going to get a little
You
zap.
get tased.
Oh, okay.
It's a zap. It's not a tase.
No, but how bad is it? Like, let me tase yourself one time, Lindsay. Let's see how.
I've never done it.
Okay, well then
That's
let's
not what I
experiment with you.
It's no big deal. I've never done
Here,
it.
just give it to me. I'll just make it
All right.
work. I'll do it.
Somebody
My-
tase Bergie.
Okay,
Yeah.
hang on a second.
Let's.
Where do you put it?
There's a big
Put it
warning
on like your
labels
wrist
on
or
the-
something.
Yeah, they're trying to tase him right now, George.
All right, here.
All right,
I
everybody.
see it.
Everybody here.
Like, how long is this going to take? It's like a 30-second thing.
The most you have is 20 seconds. So it can go off anytime in between 10 and 20 seconds. So right now we're
Really
supposed to
loud.
be guessing what the word
What,
is.
what if he just his head snaps back and he goes down? Do we
Yeah,
have
no,
like?
I mean, it's probably not safe for
Call an
Chris
ambulance. Like,
Morales.
I got to be on standby. Parker,
got
stand
it.
over here and make sure I don't die.
No, I got it. I'll mouth to mouth the guy.
Oh, I got him.
gotcha.
Got him.
It got you. It got him.
There's tears pouring out of his
there.
face.
It got him. He's
that came
down.
out of nowhere. That actually gave you a nice little jolt there.
Was it bad?
No, it wasn't bad, but it was like you felt it go through your finger into your body. Like that
I'm
was
not looking
stronger than
for that, I
I
don't
thought.
Well, you're going to get
Yeah,
the
I don't
answers
know if
right.
I'm kind of glad I'm not there today. I got to be
We
honest.
have to play it when Chris isn't here because he's a heart patient.
Right, this
No,
way
yeah,
you zapped
no,
him.
Chris.
Yeah.
He'll wake right
So
up
should
with
we
that.
play it, Greg?
let's
You're
try
the
it.
one who experienced.
Oh yeah.
Famous last words.
Let's try
I
it.
think we should do this on another day when Sedano's here.
Sedano's going to be gone for like 2 weeks. He's like, I'm never coming back again to play that.
Let's do a regular Windy segment and then we'll get to Parker.
Oh my God.
Okay, whatever. All right.
Horrifying.
All right, so I just got a quick one for you guys, and so we could say give Parker a proper adieu. So, Olive Garden from time to time, one of Funchy's favorite restaurants, of course, Funchy from the afternoon show and our Lakers producer. From time to time, they do the all-you-can-eat salad and breadsticks, right?
Yeah.
And a woman went viral on TikTok recently because she had a little kid. She had her daughter with her. Her daughter's like 2, so she's still in like booster seat. Not like a get a meal for yourself age, but she's old enough to eat hard food. And she asked for an extra plate for her kid so she could have some of her like salad. And the waitress said, "That's not how this works. And I'm too old to be arguing with customers about this, so just so you know, that's not how it works." Do you think that in this situation, like this one, is this woman an a-hole? Like the waitress, should she let the kid have some of the unlimited salad and breadsticks, or is she right to say that?
Wendy, thoughts, feelings, feedback, immediate reactions. What do you think?
I mean, if there was an understanding that, listen, you look the other way and I'll take care of you in the tip.
Right, that
But-
should be how it goes,
But
right?
I'm not sure, like, where are we at in this country? Like, that's...
Don't ask
I
Cappy
think-
about tipping.
Listen, as a parent of a 8-year-old who was not long ago, I would just let the adults slide on the 2-year-old. It's not like they're going to eat them out of house and home there. So
Yeah, it's not like they're going to be asking for an extra bowl, right?
yeah, but I don't know the stresses of being an Olive Garden waitress.
But like if you've ever gone to a buffet, right? And
I have.
Me too. And like you're with somebody else, and you're like, hey, let's not get 2 buffets. Let's just get one
No,
buffet.
That's immediate flag.
Right,
No.
totally.
Can't do that.
But okay, so exactly right. So you cannot do that. If me and Wendy go to a buffet,
Yeah, but you're 2 grown adults.
right? But if I understand, but if I go, Wendy, I'm going to get the buffet. You don't get the buffet, but I'm going to keep bringing stuff back to the table, and we're going to just split it. The waiter or waitress is like, I'm not charging you for 1. I'm charging you for 2 because, by the way, 2 doubles the bill and then gets me a better tip.
Right.
So if the letter of the law at Olive Garden is there's no sharing on the buffet, even if you got a little kid, I mean, the waitress, I mean, the whole I'm too old
those
to
are the
argue
rules,
with you.
man. That's
You
it.
know,
Yeah, I
that's
got
an
no
interesting
issue
thing
with
to
it.
say.
That's the reality of it.
Too old to argue with you, lady. I'm working at the freaking Olive Garden. How about cutting me a break, will you?
Yeah.
All right, I respect it.
All right, I think we'd have to.
Look, when I worked at Denny's, we had the all-you-can-eat pancakes promotion here and there, and moms would do that. Like, hey, can I get the all-you-can-eat? So you started with 3 pancakes, and then after every refill was 2 pancakes. Sometimes guys would give me a challenge, be like, hey, man, what's the most somebody's eaten? I was like, 9.
Well, what was it? 9?
9, yeah, 9 pancakes from one
Here's
person.
the thing, like, all you can eat pancakes, like,
Right.
you really, how many times do you finish a whole plate of pancakes?
Right, so this guy went for 9, right? And then from that point forward, anybody who would come in and was like, hey, man, what's the most? I'm like, if you can eat 10, they're on me. Like, you don't have to pay for it.
Right,
they
right,
would
right.
never make it. They would tap out at 4.
Yeah.
But moms would take advantage of that and be like, hey, listen, can I get, just the pancake refill for my kid? Like, I really don't want any more because I'm full. If it was one kid, we would let it slide.
Yeah.
But if it's like a mom with like 5 kids or 4
Yeah,
kids, like come on, like we're not doing that. But
Mm-hmm.
one person is cool. You know, if you're taking advantage and abusing that, then
How many
it's a
pancakes
problem.
do you think you can eat?
Right now, like just regular size pancakes, Denny's pancakes. I put down 4 or 5, no problem.
They're pretty big.
And then I struggle.
Now is that on an empty stomach? Yeah, 4 or 5 sounds.
You know, back in the old days when the pantry was here.
Yeah, that was your spot.
Supposedly it's coming back. I don't know.
Okay.
I could never finish a plate of pancakes. No.
How many pancakes came on a plate?
I don't know. Whatever one order was, I never finished it once.
Okay.
I mean, it was one of those things where, like, it was almost like a road trip in the NBA. This is what I think about. You know, these teams, like, they go, oh, man, this is going to be, like, you know, these Eastern teams, like, they're going to come west in, like, January, February. Like, oh, man, this is going to be great. This 12-day, 6-game road trip, and then they get, like, 4 games in, and they're like, oh, my God. That's what pancakes are like. Pancakes come out, it's nice and warm. The syrup is, like, topped off and everything. You eat, like, half of it, and you're like, you can't go any farther. That's the whole point of the promotion.
Yeah.
Because they know people can't eat a lot of pancakes.
And last time I had a pancake was about a week and a half ago. I never order pancakes, but my daughter was home from college, and she wanted to go to her favorite place where she gets chocolate chip banana pancakes.
Sounds delish.
They're bomb.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing is that she's only going to eat like 30 or 40%. That leaves a lot for me to eat. And I put those
Hey,
things
listen,
down.
as long as you've paid for the full order,
Right.
go ahead and
Yeah.
get the other, dip,
That's what I'm going to do.
that sounds like a great deal
Yeah,
for you.
it is a good deal. Right. That's the whole thing with me and my girlfriend. Everywhere we go out for dinner, we have like a 70-30 rule. So we decide on our order together because she knows that she's only going to eat 30% of what she orders and I'm going to eat 70% of what she orders. So that's why I try and get her to order what I want as my secondary
Not
dish.
in my household.
How's that work?
My wife will never, she never wants to share it. She never wants to, I don't care if you've got Wagyu, maybe people aren't meat eaters. I don't care if you got the best meal. Do not offer her something from your plate and do not ask for something from her plate. My plate's mine. If I wanted it, I would order it.
See, my girlfriend is like, hey, don't eat half of this because I'm taking it home for lunch tomorrow.
Well, that would be nice.
Yeah, but I wind up eating it all anyway.
All right, that's it for the Lindsay segment. Let's bring Parker here. Parker Bell.
Parker Bell is walking in to the studio right now.
Member of our social media team.
Yes,
He's
sir.
been here for, what has he been here for, like 5 years, I think? 4 years?
Hey, can I, before
Been there
Parker,
a long time, this kid.
As Parker sits down here, what a guy, man. I was telling Parker yesterday. So, Brian, Parker here is a young man who's leaving us at ESPN LA. And while we don't want him to leave, we all want him to make more money, do better in his career, et cetera, et cetera. So he's taken off. And I said to him yesterday, tell me if I'm exaggerating at all, Parker. I said to him, I go, look, man, the way people are celebrating your years here on your way out the door tells you the impact that you've made on people here. Because honestly,
including that microphone he's trying to adjust.
I know, dude.
Would have been amazing if Parker wouldn't have been amazing. They were like, we really don't want you to be successful. We don't want you to make more money. We just want you to stay.
Right, we
right
want you to
here.
stay here.
Right.
We're selfish,
Right.
but we're like, okay, just go if you got it.
So that's why Chris isn't here, right?
Right.
I was just playing.
No,
Right.
but honestly, like when a young person leaves, more often than not, it's like, hey, good luck, see you later, have a nice life. The company gets an email. When this kid leaves, we're like making a big deal out of it. Last night down at the Lazy Dog, there must have been, 20 or so people. There was the adult table, and then there was a kids table. Parker hosted the kids table, and I hosted the adult table.
Yeah, I'm sorry it got so shifted.
it
Usually
did,
we're all
right?
standing. I don't know what happened, but it's not lost on me that you guys did that for me.
But
That
it's
was
true, right? I mean, like you're leaving, and I know that it's hard to leave because you love it here.
Not that hard.
But you're gonna make more. Well, you got to understand. Can I be honest? Do you mind
Always.
if I tell?
Of
Let
course.
me tell you the real story here. Parker has a girlfriend.
Oh, that's right.
Congratulations.
But
Sugar mama, I
but this
heard.
is
Congrats.
very important. You got to understand this. Parker's girlfriend was a star soccer player at UCLA. And when you're a star soccer player at UCLA, you play for national championships, and then you have a chance to play professional soccer, be it MLS or NWSL or European soccer. When Parker's girlfriend's soccer career actually came to an end as a young lady, you know what she did after that? She went to law school at Harvard. So now here's Parker, who's working in our social
Way
media
to set
department.
it up for him, Cap.
And, well, do you understand why he's leaving to go make more money?
I sure do.
Because he got to keep up with his lady.
Well,
seriously.
actually, whatever she wants you to do it. Whether it's
Tell Brian what I told you yesterday.
We walk into Jimmy John's, and Cappy said, agree with everything.
You listen to every word she says. You do everything she tells you to do. and then you marry this woman
Don't
immediately.
fluff it up, he said.
Right.
Right.
That's exactly right. So, Park, you're taking off on us, man.
Yeah, I just, thank you for giving me this opportunity just to come on and say thanks to my, morning family. Although I've kind of built a whole family here, this morning show kind of is something that I'm proud to be able to say, like, I helped build from the ground up alongside Blue Review. And it's been amazing, man, to get to know all of you guys. And I keep saying it. It's not lost on me that, like, yeah, not everybody gets I don't want to say pomp and circumstance, but just the kind words and the goodbyes. So it is emotional. It's definitely, like, bittersweet.
Especially, how old are you?
28.
Yeah. Now listen.
Young
I mean,
kid,
we
man.
love Sexy Jexy, but we didn't have this kind of send off for him.
We
You know
didn't.
what I mean?
We did
Like,
not. One day
Cappy
he was
still-
just gone.
Cappy,
Took him out of the
yeah,
group
he
chat
was
and
just
everything.
gone, and then Cappy was just like saying how he texts us occasionally when the Chargers play well.
Yep.
Like, we with you, I think we will have regular communication with you, and we will, because of the family you said that you built here, and that is correct. We consider you part of the family, and whatever it is you need help wise, we will happily lend our time and efforts to helping you in any way we can. Now, just be careful with Cappy because he may want something in return.
That's true. That's true.
So this was, a Beto-ism, I guess we can call it. It's what's the quote about the elevator? Kind of.
You never know who. Be careful.
Yes.
Be careful how you treat people because you never know. You might see those same people
On the way up,
On the
'cause
way
He's
up
on the
and
way
same
up,
down.
Cappy.
Oh, yeah, he's on the way up in a big way.
You're on the way down.
Oh, I'm like
He's
LeBron.
on the way up.
I'm like LeBron. I'm at the end of the road here, man,
But, I'd be happy to hire each and every single one of you when the time comes.
Oh, thank you. Appreciate that.
Right. I'm going to be calling him in like 2 years. Like, bro, what about the time that we spent together? I mean,
The
what
Jimmy
about
John's.
what about the Jimmy John's lunch, bro? I need a job, man. Sorry, Cap, you're too old.
I jimmied it up for you.
Yeah, right.
Paid extra.
Right.
What about all those times I got you Susie cakes for your birthday?
Yeah.
I know. Thank you, Lindsay Baseball.
I think what happened though yesterday at Jimmy John's is that me and Parker are standing there with the guy Jimmy John, who's the cashier.
Oh, we broke the poor fella.
We destroyed him because what happened is you were going to get the veto.
The veto's I did get the veto, and it was
Right.
very good. Italian sandwich.
Like an Italian sandwich. But then it was like, if you get the giant one, it's maybe a little much, But if you get the medium one, it's maybe a little not enough. So me and Parker made a decision, like two chicks on a date.
He's trying to share again.
Right.
I'm learning a lot about.
Right.
He just wants everybody to get what
Cappy's
he
a
wants.
sharer.
And then, yeah.
So we wound up getting the giant veto. He ate 3/4 of it, and then I had my sandwich.
See, but Cappy, you're underselling it a little bit.
Tell
This was just yet another example of a Cappy Larry David moment because we literally broke this poor guy. His fingers were like, and he's making these excuses of this machine's old, but it's really because Cappy and I kept looking back and forth going, you want to do the half? Nah, let's go to the large now. I don't think we need the large.
Did you have any of his sandwich?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah. So what
I was
happened
just
is
going to vet that.
So what happened is I asked them to cut his giant sandwich into 4s. So then what happened is we took 25%
Did
of his
you
sandwich.
evaluate each one? This is the best part. This is the best one.
I did. I wanted the end. So then what happened is I had 25% of Parker's sandwich, and then I cut it in half.
You did?
And me and Bergie each had 12.5% of that sandwich.
We did.
Cappy's a
Right?
3/4
It was
kind
good,
of guy.
too.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. That's so I did. I'm like, I want to try that sandwich too. Can we get the giant one?
Yeah, but I'll leave with this. I just want to say thank you again. Love you all. And also to the chat, everybody. I mean, it's overwhelming. You come in here as a social media guy, and you don't expect to turn into one of the characters, one of the actual people on the show. So the fact that all of you, reach out to me and when I'm saying you, I mean the actual listeners and viewers and the Morning Miscreants, it means so much. So I'm looking forward to one day, being back. And this would be, again, this was a dream come true. I grew up listening to this station. I didn't think I'd be like a part of it.
Don't cry, mijo.
Gracias, Pino.
Congrats,
Pino.
Parker, and good luck.
And I got thank you cards for all of you guys. Sorry, Wendy. If I would have known.
No, that's fine.
It is Windy Wednesday.
I can offer you a 12.5%.
Cappy, that was the
Parker, thank you, buddy. We love you. Thank you for all your help.
guys. Thank you.
We do, man.
That was Dealer's Choice Real Deal, brought to you by Seller's Advantage. Want to sell your house before you call an agent? Call Seller's Advantage. They'll buy it as is with a competitive cash offer, no repairs needed. They make selling easy. Call 888-390-AS-IS for a no-obligation offer or visit sellersadvantage.com, DRE number 01961-658. And now, time for our daily Don't Sweat the Small Stuff calendar. Here's a good one. Develop your own helping rituals. There's an endless supply of possible helping rituals. You might like picking up litter. I don't know who likes doing that. Holding a door open for someone. Visiting people in nursing homes, or shoveling snow off someone's driveway. Think of something that seems effortless yet helpful. It's fun, personally rewarding, and it sets a good example. That's it.
Wow, lovely.
I'm going to go shovel some snow.
I know, lovely. Yeah, you're not going to be too heavy for you out here. All right, Georgie, you know what I'm going to say? This is my vote. I will defer to the black hand, but as the gray hand, I vote that we adjourn today.
Okay, yeah.
Sure.
Wendy's
Okay.
got a
Sounds
production
good to me.
meeting he's got to get to anyway. We don't want to hold him up for that.
Wendy, phenomenal performance
Yeah,
today.
thank you for staying so long.
Thank you, man.
George, I'm going to pass you the torch in a
Phenomenal.
few hours. Hope you deliver a good game tonight.
Yeah, everyone watch Wendy on George on NBA Countdown.
That's true. Yeah. So make sure you check out Countdown to
The special night tonight. You want to know why?
Tell me.
Richard Jefferson is on the show.
Why is that?
Oh, really? Oh, RJ.
Oh, I know. By the way, Richard Jefferson and I, speaking of sharing, we did the same thing Parker and Cappy did in San Antonio a couple weeks ago. He ordered one meal, I ordered another, and we split it. So we split half and half.
This is an
we did do
unusual
the same
trend that
thing.
I'm not really.
I tried to do that with George when George and I had dinner a couple weeks back, and I said, George, you get this, I'll get that. He goes, no, I want this, and we both ordered the same thing. And I was like,
Usually
that doesn't
how it
work.
works at normal people at a restaurant, Cap.
Yeah, but then George had like
Maybe if
broccoli
you were
sitting on
Richard
his.
Jefferson, I would have split it.
Yeah,
He's taking a position that the waiter should hold the customer to the absolute letter of the law, and yet he's swapping out stuff left and right.
Yeah, exactly. Welcome to my world.
If Morales was here, he would have said, yeah, that's not the only thing he likes to swap, but that's what Morales would say.
All right, we'll see you tomorrow, 7:10 ESPN.
All right, then.